Ready.
Ready, with a French accent as well.
Ready.
Yeah, ready.
Bonjour, how is
Bonjour.
Welcome to Newcastle. It is Newcastle taking on PSG. I've got Parisian Londoner and I've got Matty, the one and only Matty Rosen here. Guys, we're about to start this big old march to the stadium, but you two, you got to talk to each other. What's going to happen tonight?
We talked to each other, 48 hours ago?
We said,
you said 2-0 Newcastle?
2-1 Newcastle. I'm confident that the fans are going to get us over the line tonight, mate. Don't care about your Mbappes in this world, yeah? You never came up against a damn Bain, have you?
You guys are newbies! You are newbies in this game.
Yeah, back in the Champions League, first year in 20 years, yeah? We're ready for it.
Okay. I think the atmosphere is going to be great.
Yeah.
Football-wise, you playing with the big boys.
Right.
You're playing with the big boys.
Big boys now, yeah, big boy leagues.
Aye, man.
I like that. But mate, I'm telling you, I said it to you 40 hours ago. I think you guys are going to score first. Then you're going to expose yourself. You're going to be overexcited about this. Overexcited about the occasion. It already means a lot to you, mate.
Yeah, we need more games to get used to these things, you know what I mean?
You've been waiting for this for about more than 20 years, 20 years now?
Yeah.
So I think the atmosphere is going to be great, but you're going to get overexcited, man. We have this in control. 100%. 100%.
We'll see. We'll come back to it. It is a big game. It's going to be a hard ask, but we're ready for it. I'm backing that 2-1 win.
Tell you what, I hope you don't lose, because honestly, the way that he sends them videos when they have a win.
I know.
And I'll be coming to see you in Paris as well, next month. I'll be there.
We'll be there.
Of course, be there.
Yes, people, and welcome to another DR Game Day Live. I almost got my words wrong there. Listen, it's the big Champions League. The lights are bright. We are back at St. James's Park, but we are back in the studio. Next to me, I've got Laurie, repping PSG in the house, making his DR debut. We got Hugo as well. Big up. Hey, let's make some
Welcome, lads. Welcome here, brother.
Hey, thank you for joining us. And then, of course, in the corner there, we got Doyle.
Stay for the vibes, innit?
Hey,
Newcastle v PSG. Who doesn't want me to be here, lads?
Listen, I'm here as a Spurs fan, trust me. Watching as a neutral can sometimes be very, very fun. But listen, make sure at home you're getting involved as well. Get involved in the comments. Make sure you're throwing the likes on the video as well. And listen, get involved throughout the stream. We'll be asking many questions, talking many topics. We'll be keeping an eye on the PSG Newcastle game, of course, but there's many other ties as well. There's Leipzig versus Man City, Dortmund versus Milan, Celtic versus Lazio as well. So there's a couple of European games we're keeping our eyes on tonight. No, Tottenham, listen, we're all at home. We're calling, you know what I mean? Listen.
I know European game,
but speaking of European nights, we can actually start with yours from an Arsenal. You can talk to us a little bit about last night, losing to 15th place in Ligue 1 currently. Lens side. How was that?
Said it. Lens are a very good team on their day, and I spoke to my brother today. He's just back from there.
Yeah,
and he said it's a bit of a cauldron, and they're a decent side with some good, quick, athletic players, and they deserved it on the night. What can I say?
Listen,
it's that first loss of the season.
They worked for it for sure. I think like
2 quality goals, lad.
Yeah,
quality goals.
The quality of that first goal, the way he hit on the volley, and even the assist from Wahi, which I thought the chest and then the kind of scissor pass sideways, and then the finish for the second one as well.
Yeah,
I thought
think that gives them the trust, the first goal. So they say, okay, we can make it tonight.
Confidence.
It's going to be tonight for us today. So
and you could probably tell us from a more kind of knowing what the league is about, but they haven't started well this season.
They did a decent season last season, so they finished second behind Paris Saint-Germain.
They finished second?
Yeah.
That's how they got in the Champions League, man.
Even probably 4 or 5 games, we're not sure we're going to win.
Yeah.
Paris going to win because they were just behind us. They just collapsed in the end, but decent season. So I'm not surprised. They lost some player, 2 or 3 players they left, but same track, same mentality. So that's why they made yesterday.
And Wahi, obviously, he was kind of their big summer signing who's come in and his kind of first Champions League kind of big appearance. You kind of pay it off. And listen, I
mean, I must declare that I didn't get to watch the whole game because I was at a boxing event over at Croydon. But I heard we were winning, and then by the time I got home, I heard we'd lost. So obviously, that was disappointing. But listen, man, I mean, it's our first rodeo in the Champions League for many years. You're going to come up against teams like Lens, good teams at home, very passionate. You know what I mean? Place was a cauldron, and they thrived off that.
It's nice to see. Nice to see new clubs in there, like you just said about.
Obviously, kind of at the weekend, you've got Man City coming up. What did you make of Bukayo Saka picking up a little bit of a knock?
Well, I must admit, I was one of those, and this is not with hindsight, because if anybody saw the watch along that we did for the Arsenal Bournemouth game, I was one of those that was criticising Arteta last Saturday for not taking Saka off earlier. Because the previous game to that, he would come off an injury.
Yeah.
And in the Bournemouth game, he took a heavy knock and he was limping. But even before that, when I think it was like 3-4-0 up, the first tranche of substitutions, Saka should have been in that first tranche of substitutions. He didn't take him off until much later. By that time, he picked up a heavy knock. So I was thinking he's going to rest him for the Lens game, given that we're playing City this weekend. He didn't, and the rest is history. But listen, mate, at the end of the day, injuries it's part and parcel of football, so we've got to get on with it. But it was disappointing that he started yesterday, I've got to say.
Yeah, big one there. And big up Miss Jackson, sending a super chat already, says, Doyle, I want the lineup. Do you want to draw the line?
Oh, where's the lambs, lads? Where's the lambs? Where's the lambs? Yeah, I was going mad, weren't I? We're obviously going to cover that at some point. We will talk a little bit about that at some point.
You've obviously got.
I'll chill.
I've got a few questions I want to ask you.
Yeah,
okay, nice ones. Like I hope they're nice, Laurie.
It's not a criticism. It's just
Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fallout
going on over the past couple of days over that Liverpool Spurs game over the weekend, which of course Spurs got a 2-1 win at home. But some would say in controversial circumstances.
Everybody would say, lad. Everybody.
Hey! Listen, I'm just the host here. Don't attack me.
I've already started, lad.
I'm not Fuad the Spurs fan today. I'm Fuad the host. Yeah.
Okay. He has been a gentleman about it.
Do you think like with Spurs? Do you think like you're using up all your luck in one go? Because you've really got lucky this season so far, haven't you?
What?
Sheffield United, Liverpool.
What does Sheffield United have to do with luck? That
the amount of time that was added on.
Courage and determination to fight.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But at the same time, you were helped by the amount of time that was added on in that game. I think Sheffield United were
brought on by their goalkeeper and wasting time. If you watch the game, did you see what Fotheringham was up to?
Not the whole game, but I think there was a lot.
This is why you have to watch full 90 minutes game and not the match of the day.
Yeah, I'm going to. The Sheffield United fans and manager were saying that the extra time that was added on.
Of course, they would say that, but if you saw how much time their goalkeeper was wasting, that I would say.
So you think that's 10 minutes worth, right?
We were done short, if anything. we're old minutes still.
Okay.
But tonight we will be covering the PSG, of course, versus Newcastle at the St James's Park. Should we go through the lineups actually, just to kind of get the ball rolling on that game as well?
Looking forward to this game.
I'm looking forward to a kind of Champions League nights are always exciting. You never know whether it's going to be kind of the big names that really turn up or whether it's going to be kind of a surprise that you get. On the screen, I don't know why I can see a Tottenham v Liverpool, but I have the lineups here actually. It's for PSG actually. Do you want to read them out for me, Hugo?
Yeah, we got Mbappe on the front, Ramos, new guys, and Colomani. So in the middle, we got Emre Zari, Ugarte, and Ousmane Dembele. On the back, we got left Hernandez. In central, we got what's it called? Skriniar,
yeah.
Marquinhos, and
Achraf
Hakimi.
Yeah.
On the right side. So,
what do you make of that lineup? Because Ramos and Muani both starting.
Yeah.
That probably means you're going very attacking with the strikers.
Yeah, I think it's a try because we get a new coach or a new squad, so you need to find a good balance between people going to play on the front. So even myself, I'm still have a look. I can't pretending why it's going to be the best way to play because everything is new. I try to trust the coach because we got a good coach, and for me, the coach is going to be the key. If the club let him to do what he wants to do, we can do something. For the French league, I assume we're going to win the league, but for Champions League, it's different. So I think we learn a lot as a fan before the club was just pushing, okay, we want to win the Champions League as like a marketing thing. As a fan, we get disappointed because we believe that. We believe we could just say we're going to win. It's not going to happen. So we need to be more as a club, bring a proper football club structure, philosophy, and something will happen. So this season, we're going to see what we're going to do. Only thing we want as a fan, do the best you can on the pitch.
Yes.
we don't say we want to win today.
Everything, yeah.
Just play, and we're going to be happy.
And is that the difference this season? Because last season we remember when a lot of the ultras in the stadium, they had the players there, and they were, there was a lot of back and forth, players' houses being come to by the ultras. But this season it seems like you've got 17-year-old Zaire Emery with a vocal, is it the tannoy thing, screaming at the PSG, and it's kind of, there's a bit of harmony this season. What's changed?
We're hoping the people on the club understood now we need to bring a culture. So that maybe Zaire, they say, okay, let's put young guys on the front. So it's going to be like the lights. Now we get a new way to manage the club.
Yeah.
And also the Mbappe drama was a big thing. Some fan willing Mbappe to leave. For me, no, because I understood the game was behind.
Yeah.
Because he's a world-class player. World-class player, sometimes
you have
to say, okay, I will own the club for 10 years.
Yeah.
And you have to follow the rules.
Is this now a little bit Mbappe FC? Because in the last year, it was like superstars. You got Hakimi, you brought Donnarumma, Messi, Neymar. It's like, okay, we got the superstars here, we're going to go for it. That didn't really work. In the summer, he wanted to leave all the way up until Messi and Neymar left. Then it was like, you know what?
I understand.
I'm okay. And now all of a sudden, Dembele, his friend, is there. Colomwani, his friend. Is there. It's like a few of his friends stand up. Zaire Emery, the young boys, they look at Mbappe like, he's a country hero. So is it now like, this is your team, take us there?
I think, for me, that's been done. He did on purpose. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So people, for me, just my view, I think people sometimes misunderstanding Mbappe. If he really want to leave, he will leave a year before.
Yeah.
Because he was opportunity to go to Madrid. But he stay. For me, it was a sign. I want to win from my city, from my fans.
I agree.
The only thing I'm asking you, the club, do the right thing.
Give me the tools. Give me the right tools. Because if you're playing a Neymar that's not playing at his best and a Messi that's past his best, how am I supposed to win with them tools? Yes, phenomenal players, great for marketing, going to sell loads of shirts, but is that going to win the Champions League? No, it's not. Yeah. And that's why the team now is more reflective of a new philosophy. Young lads coming in, everyone's got the talisman, and that model does work because we've seen it with Argentina and Messi. It works, lad. If you've got one big, strong leader at the top that everyone believes in and wants to run the socks off for and impress, that manager's already got a very, very useful tool in his arsenal to motivate his players. You're playing with Kylian Mbappe. He's the best player in the world. Do you want to win stuff with this lad? Work for him. And you see it. Do you know what I like in your team right now? I've seen him a few times, and he's not on today. He's actually not. Vitina.
Oh.
I like Vitina, lad. He's got a good little ball control on him.
Looks a little bit like you.
He doesn't look like me. But I like his little ball playing, and that's the type of player that I like to see come into PSG because that adds something different. We're used to seeing such a commercial version of this team. Let's see the proper the Parisian Paris lad. That's what I want to see.
I think previously they've gone down that sort of route where they're packing the team.
Never works, lad.
So aging superstars and names, and now they've gone down a slightly different route.
And
talking of young players, sorry to interrupt, there's a player that's not in the starting 11 today, but I'm hearing they're predicting big things for him. Bradley Barcola. Maybe Hugo can tell us a little bit about him, but I've been reading. I'm not going to say that I've seen him, you know what I mean? But I'm reading that he's the guy for the future. So when Mbappe's gone, this guy's tipped to take over. Is that right?
Yeah, I think because...
That's big shoes. Yeah, that's big shoes.
So they say.
Let's show maybe we processing a change. It's because so you get someone from Lyon, okay, he's young, and you say, okay, we're going to get you and let you progress. That means we start to take time to... push player and have different player with different levels, not just by star. Just so it not work out. So bring good player from French league and let it develop.
And do you know what? I remember for so many years I used to look at PSG and they would have top talents that they would let go. Like Mukiele, Diaby, Coleman, the list is so long. Mike Maignan,
and Nkunku. Nkunku, I knew was good. I knew was good.
Even when he was at PSG and he came through, I knew was good. You could see they knew they had a flashy player, but they was like, we still haven't got the full big stars that we wanted yet.
Messi,
because it was Zlatan, Cavani. They were like, we want the superstars. And now they've gone through that. It feels like they've gone back to that. I've always thought, do what Bayern Munich do. Bayern Munich say every single Bundesliga club, if you have a star player, I'm coming for you. Before I go abroad, I'm going to come for the domestic talent. Yeah. And I feel like now, with Barcola, he was one of the best.
City do that as well, by the way.
City do the same thing.
It all the time.
What did Fergie used to do?
Yeah,
Berbatov, you're doing well. Come over here. Yeah. Oh, Carrick. Oh, yeah, come over here.
United as well.
Rooney. Oh, Everton. Oh, come over here. Like it would cherry pick all the best domestic talents, and I feel like now doing this path, I feel like PSG, as you say, could build an actual structure. And Luis Enrique, I think, is the most important thing that you said. He needs to be given the reins to run the club and not give Mbappe too much power, but also back the manager and in what he wants to do. But let's have a look on the other side as well. Newcastle today, they'll be lining up with Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier at right back with the tough job of marking Kylian Mbappe, of course. Starting next to him, you have Jamal Lascelles coming back into the side after starting on the weekend. Fabian Schär next to him.
Out?
Yeah, Botman's out at the moment. Dan Burn at left back. And in midfield, they've gone Sean Longstaff, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sandro Tonali. Up front lineup of Miguel Almiron, Isak, and Anthony Gordon. What do you guys make of that?
There's a Longstaff brother in a Champions League, the firm. How mad is that?
Madness.
Hey, I'm happy for you, mate. I'm happy for you specifically, lad.
I said it even with Chelsea and Gallagher, though. It's like you need those types of players at your club who are just going to do anything to just be, I'm here, I'm happy to be here, and I'm going to run and fight for everything at the club. And it's like, I feel like he could. And to be fair, he started the season pretty well. Yeah. He's given like an extra little bit of a threat to his game, I feel like, this season. Almiron scored a wonder goal on the weekend
I'm pleased to see that Isak's back, because they left him out for a couple of games.
I think he was injured. He's injured or something, and he come back from an injury. He is an injury-prone player.
I think they'd left him out for what was the game before the Sheffield United game? They left him out.
Was it Liverpool?
Yeah, they left him out. I remember, because I like Isak. I'm an admirer of his. I do like the way
brilliant.
he plays.
Absolutely fantastic.
And then they brought him on against Sheffield United. Remember,
that's the one you need to worry about.
He scored and then he stayed back in the team.
That's their target man, lad. Do you know about Isak? You know Isak? Their star man at the top is phenomenal, lad. He's brilliant. They bought him at the time. He was the third best player for his age group. He'd contributed loads. Was it Real Sociedad? I think he played for.
Swedish.
He had a fantastic season. He played in Euros. He was phenomenal, lad. He's incredibly technical. Yeah. He scored a wonder goal last season that was just out of this world, lad. He dribbled past like 7 players and put it on a plate for somebody. It was phenomenal. So he's the man that you want to worry about, and he's lightning quick, lad. And also, they've got a young lad there called Anthony Gordon, right? He's from Liverpool. He's from where I'm from, so he sounds like me, lad, yeah. And he's all right. He played for Everton, right? They bought him. He wasn't playing very well. But this season, lad, that boy is kicking on. I think you can all agree with me. I don't like to see it, but the kid is lightning fast. So he's another one. Hakimi, though, he's probably got his number there a little bit, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's going to be some interesting duels. I'm looking at that back line. What do you guys make of that? Trippier, Lascelles, Schär, and Burn versus a potential front four of Mbappe, Ramos, Muani, and Dembele. They could be going toe-to-toe, man for man.
On paper, it seems like a bit of a mismatch, but it has to be said that Newcastle defensively are good.
Dan Burn, right, v Dembele, and also Mbappe versus a 74-year-old Trippier. Trippier's boss. I like him. I do. I think he's a great ball player.
Just looking at that, is there no Callum Wilson tonight?
No,
he's
no Callum Wilson.
One of the most injury players.
Yeah, not even on the bench. On the bench, they've got Dubravka, Dummett, Target, Hall, Livramento, and Murphy. And then PSG have Navas, Ruiz, Vitinha, Sule, Mukiele, Barcola, and Tenas.
I hope that Jacob Murphy gets a game today. You know, he deserves a little run out in the Champions League as well.
He put in a shift in the AC Milan opening fixture with the 0-0. I was surprised to see him start in that game, to be fair. Newcastle always kind of mix and match their kind of front line. I feel like where the kind of rest of the team is a little bit more settled. So I'm curious to see kind of what Eddie Howe does today tactically. I think knowing at home there is going to be kind of that expectancy to play on the front foot maybe a little bit more than they kind of did against AC Milan.
But he's gaining a reputation as somebody...
That is also dangerous, I feel like.
Well, he's gaining a reputation as somebody who's quite defensively minded. I've seen
Eddie?
a few...
Yeah, he had one of the best defences last season. Yeah. Like, literally, they conceded no goals.
I feel like, though, that so often, like, just because a team plays out the back or they might play a bit of good football for a period, like, managers get brushes, he's an attacking manager or whatever. It's like, I feel like you have to play to situations. You have to play to games. And I feel like when he comes up against the City and he's okay, he's giving him the respect of maybe playing a bit defensive. I'm like,
he's a tactician, lad. He wouldn't have been able to get as far as he did with Bournemouth and the tools that he had without being a tactician. And that's exactly what he's doing. And I think now that he's got a better team now, he's not working with tools that he had last season. So now he can play a bit more expansive and a bit more progressive. And if you actually look at Newcastle's record, sometimes they go 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, and then all of a sudden it's like 5-0, 4-0.
Remember they won 8-0 the other day against Sheffield?
That's what they do, lad. So I really like Eddie Howe. I think he's great. I don't like his assistant manager after shushing him off. I'll tell you that, lad. But I like Eddie Howe and his ability.
Somewhere, innit?
I know, and his ability to.
Big Ange. We love that.
I like Eddie Howe. I think he's a great manager, lad. You don't get as far as you do with the things he's done and the teams he's had without being a tactician, lad, and knowing the game. And he does. That's why Newcastle are doing well.
Fully, and you can already see kind of the flags waving at Newcastle. The game will be kicking off in about 5 minutes. But yeah, as I said, I think how Eddie Howe kind of lines up today will be interesting because PSG, I think, are dangerous on the counter-attack. And then if you let them play their football as well, I think that's not where you really want to be. But then I want to also see how do PSG deal with this Newcastle atmosphere.
Bro, this atmosphere is mad. Like, these are some of the best fans in England. They love their team. They haven't been in Champions League for like 20 years. This atmosphere is going to shake the ground, bro.
First home game at St. James's Park since 2003, I believe.
Nobody in England likes going there. Nobody, bro. Not a single team in England likes going to
fair to PSG, they've got
this
a
is
number
like
of
almost like
players
you see how Anfield they have them.
Yeah,
these they never used to make it to Europe, so that allure is not there. But in the league, no one wants to go there. It's a one-club city. The atmosphere is, was it the war flags? I've said I expected them this season to go unbeaten at home, and then was it 2 weeks later they lost to?
Was it us?
Yeah, I think it was you guys. Yeah, and I was just like, oh my god,
this team, right? They're fighting.
Although, to be fair though, if you look at the PSG team with the experience that they have in their side, I don't think too many of their players will be intimidated.
No, they've been everywhere, lads.
Look, before the players are just lining up in a tunnel, though, let me get predictions round the table. Hugo, where are you going tonight?
It's hard to say because it's a new campaign, a new coach. We just won against Dortmund. It was tough. We won, but it was tough. We play in the Premier League club in St. John Park. The pressure, as you said, if I want to be optimistic, 2-1.
Yeah.
If I don't know, it's going to be withdraw, 1-1, something like that. But if I want to be optimistic, we're 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
I think I'm honestly going for the same. I think 2-1 PSG. Champions League nights a lot of times can be decided on individual quality. And I look at that PSG side and I just feel like there's a little bit more quality. Well, not a little bit, to be fair. I think there's a lot more quality, especially in guys like Kylian Mbappe. These nights are almost like made for players like that, if that makes sense. So I'm expecting a big night from him. I'm going 2-1 PSG. Laurie?
I think there'll be goals in this game. If you look at PSG, you know what I mean, they look like they're going to go for it. I think Newcastle, there will be an onus on them to be positive. And I do think there'll be goals. I'm going 2-2, Desmond.
Where are you going, Doyle?
Newcastle have got goals on them. PSG definitely against this defence are going to score goals. But I reckon it's going to be a proper boss game. I've seen the Champions League yesterday, there was 3-2s everywhere. So I'm going to go for one of them, lad, innit? 3-2 to PSG.
3-2 to PSG, right. A lot of PSG wins. Send your comments in as well. I'll try and read out some of them. Bonkers LFC says 3-1 PSG. Rilo says 3-0, but he hasn't put a name. So it could be 3-0 Newcastle. Abdelaziz says St. James's Park is on fire. That atmosphere looks absolutely mad. Pre-kickoff now. Players just listening to the anthem ringing round. Flags are waving. Taib says 2-0 PSG. Harry Kane says 3-1 PSG win he's gone for. Sadiq says 2-3 to PSG.
Nobody's looking at Newcastle, are they?
Yeah, man. It's looking like it could be a PSG onslaught by the predictions. Machiavelli's going for a 0-0 draw.
The problem is
we're hoping that doesn't happen because we'd like to see some goals, but most definitely.
Do you know what though? I will say this. Everyone, no disrespect to your team, everyone always overrates PSG and thinks they're going to do better than they always do, and they always just disappoint in a certain type of way. So everyone's saying PSG, but now I feel like because everyone is, it's just not going to happen. Lad.
Newcastle could string a surprise now, isn't it? Yeah. Just going back to that earlier conversation, Sadiq says, I've seen Bradley Barcola once last season with Lyon. He looked like a good player, but very raw. I don't think he can replace Mbappe. Not right now, but the plan is obviously, as you said, develop these kind of young talents to see what they can become. Listen, I don't think Mbappe, there's going to be a replacement for him for a very long time.
You don't replace players like that.
Even I say if the club do the right
A
thing,
lot of people loving your PSG classic kit,
Thanks.
by the
Yeah, I
way.
said this. He's got the Parisian swag, didn't I, lads?
you can
Yeah.
check out on my website because
I love that.
Vieille Rue. Vieille Rue. I would say Mbappe, if the club do the right thing, he's not going to left until 20 years old. Because some fans always like see Madrid as, okay, we left Madrid, whatever has happened. But if we do the right thing, it might be stay more longer.
Yeah. Robbie sends a super chat as well. He says the atmosphere at Celtic Park just now is streets ahead. Ooh, that would be an interesting one, actually. Celtic, is it Parkhead? Parkhead on a European night, or St. James's Park on a European night?
No, Celtic Park.
Well, I can.
Sorry, yeah,
I've been
he
to
even says it in the
Parkhead
comment here.
on a
Celtic
Celtic Park.
Park.
Celtic Park.
Because we played them in the Champions League playoff
Yeah.
a few years back. It was a very good atmosphere. We did beat them quite comfortably on that night. So
Double
maybe-
Brew has sent in a prediction. Actually, he says 2-1. Almiron Brace.
Oh,
I
my
like that.
days.
Mm.
I want the long staffs to score, lad. That's who I want to score.
Sui
And
says, Fuad, what's your prediction for Luton Tottenham? Tune into the weekend preview on Thursday to
Isn't it?
find out.
Yeah.
We shall see.
That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Huh?
That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Is it? No.
Thursday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I
It's tomorrow,
got
bud.
Champions League Tuesdays. I got
Yeah,
my days all messed up, man.
It's
Listen,
tomorrow, bud.
It's been a long week,
Tune in.
man.
Tune in, bud.
Tune in tomorrow. Yes. Make sure you've got your notifications turned on. Kickoff has just started in the game as well
Champions League, lads. Is it right?
for a good one.
What's a chant that the Parisians do? I'd like to hear a Parisian chant. So Liverpool's is "You'll never walk alone," and I can gladly sing that for you if you want.
We got some song, 2 or 3 songs we play often in the stadium.
What is it? I just don't know any Parisian songs. Do you know any?
Party.
So it's kicked off.
We've got plenty of other games we'll be keeping an eye on throughout the night as well. The earlier game that was finaled, and Atletico Madrid finaled, actually took a 2-0 lead away from home. And then Atletico only went and turned it around 3-2. That game
What? These
finished.
3-2s are everywhere?
Yeah.
They're everywhere,
a lot of
lads.
goals going in lately over the past day or two, and that's exactly how we love it. We hope there's plenty more goals tonight, plenty more other games as well. Dortmund playing AC Milan, Red Star playing Young Boys, Leipzig playing Man City as well, the other English team.
That should be a good game, that one.
Tonight. That I remember last year, I think it was a 7-1, or there was bare goals in that game. I remember. It was crazy.
The English teams need to do well tonight because yesterday they did very poorly. Did we all see Man United's game?
That's to be expected, though, isn't it?
Another 3-2 there.
Madness, lad.
Zach Ron sends a chat as well. He says, big up the DR Sports and the panel. Come on, the tunes.
Bash. Up the tunes.
Let us know where you're watching from tonight as well. European
interesting
fixture.
'cause
I'm
Luis
always wanting to
Enrique
know where
and
people
Eddie
are watching
Howe
from.
Are at the opposite ends of the passions.
Yeah, he's a Barcelona elite lad.
Now, what I'm saying is, Luis Enrique is very demonstrative, whereas Eddie Howe's very reserved.
Experienced, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's been there, done it all. As a player and a manager now.
Oh, that's nice.
Roman says, yeah, 7-0 it was last season. Man City, RB Leipzig. Crazy game that I remember.
Look at that.
Do you know Newcastle are called the Toons? Yeah. Is that because they say town as Toon? Toon? What is it? Why are they called the Toons? Can someone answer that in the comments for us, please?
Actually, yeah, if
Why
there
are
are
they
any,
called Toons?
if there are any
Is it the
Geordies,
River
let
Toon?
us know in the comment.
Okay, yeah, probably is something just as simple as that.
It's
innit?
the River Toon.
Sorry,
I'm
then
pretty sure.
stupid. Sorry.
Are you making that up?
No, it's
No, I'm sure I've
I
heard
don't
that.
think there's such a thing as River Toon. I'm
you making
convinced
that up, man?
He just made that
No, I didn't.
River Toon.
Why are Newcastle called the
I've literally
Toons?
got Google right here. Yeah, a bunch of cartoon images came up. This guy don't know geography. Man. Do not
Something-
take geography lessons from Laurie, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we've learned tonight.
That tune is definitely.
I thought it was because how they said town.
I know there's-
Resonates.
I know there's-
Going down
I know
the tune
there's-
to watch
is
the
it
game.
Tyne?
Time.
Oh,
is
yeah,
it?
it could have been
It is,
that,
but then
yeah,
tune
yeah.
and time. Sorry.
Yeah, nah.
Just a
but yeah,
question
if you live in
when you
Newcastle,
have
maybe it's
let us
really,
know why it's called the
maybe
Toon.
it's a bastardization of the time. Then Is
Maybe.
that it?
Maybe.
I don't know. Nah, I don't know about that.
Like, I can tell you why
I'm
we're
sure
called
they'll-
Scousers.
I'm sure they'll let
That's
us
a lot
know.
of guesswork there.
Like, I know why we're called Scousers, you know what I mean? Like, there must be an origin story to it.
But I'll tell you
Dan
what,
Dan Needham says he's watching from Chicago tonight. Kalonji says East Sussex. Big up.
Chicago and East Sussex.
I love that. Listen, this is why I always ask. It's the variation that you get. It's it's so few and far. It's like, look at this. You've got Sultan, who's just said he's watching from California, and then where's Nina says she's watching from Runcorn.
Runcorn, lads.
I love it.
Oh, what's happening, lads?
Just to say, it's amazing how American people follow soccer.
Football. Yeah. Because of the timing.
When I was last week in Portland for Arsenal Tottenham, people wake up at 6 a.m.
Yeah. The fans in America.
Do you know what I always say?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because guess what? When it comes to boxing, when it comes to UFC and all that,
Yeah,
stay up late. So when it comes to Premier League, you gotta stay up late, yeah?
Nah, but you know what? The American fans do it well, lad. Like, they've got American football, they pack out the stadiums for that, they do cookouts in the parking lot, as they call it, you know what I mean? Like, they do it well as fans, like. So I can imagine them to be diehard
I was
about the
surprised
clubs.
people getting to the pub at 6 a.m. Wow.
Come on, Liverpool.
Diallo says, big up, he's watching from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Henry Lucy says he's watching from San Diego. Oh,
San Diego.
Cape Town and House as well. LFC Stanton. Big
I
up
can't believe
yourself.
how varied it actually is. You know,
Bro,
I'm actually
Saudi
in
Arabia.
shock.
I think it's fair to say that PSG look the better team. They've started
Oh,
That's why with Dembele.
that could be a signature move tonight.
It's not enough finisher, so that's the way he need to progress. And most fine waiting this season for that. Is good on these wings, but he needs
just
to
getting
be
caught on the counter there. 4-on-3. Mbappe switching
What a
the
ball,
play.
that's on a play
Finding
for him, that. Should be
Dembele in
better
a
than
bit
that.
of space, and he's just unable to.
No, I think it was a good effort.
He should have buried it, mate.
Got to get that on target at least. I feel like.
If you just
I
put
think you're being a bit harsh. I mean, he took it well.
he had loads of time and space.
But what I was saying just prior to that is that they've definitely settled better.
Yeah, they have. They've proven
PSG.
that atmosphere doesn't look like it's doing a thing to you. So well done.
Listen,
so far,
I get what you're saying about the atmosphere, but seriously, if you look at PSG's
spot on,
team,
Laurie.
they've got very experienced players who
Seasoned.
would have dealt with this many, many times before.
Yeah, you're spot on, lad. Especially if there is a few inexperienced players, they can pick them up a little bit and get them going, like Hakimi, Marquinhos, Mbappe.
They've definitely made the better start.
Dembele.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And someone did actually come back on that. I think it was. Where is it?
Oh! I thought he was going to mess up there, lad.
I think Gareth did confirm. Yeah, there it is. Gareth Roberts says Toon does mean town.
Yeah,
Actual
see?
fact. So yeah, you were right
See
about
that,
that.
lads? Hey, I'm on it, mate. You know, did you see that? That was my own hypothesis
That's
as well.
their pronunciation. Because it's quite a distinguished accent.
I'm going to
Because it sounds like Toon. I'm going to the Toon to watch the Newcastle, lad. You know what I mean? That's what I would
mad.
think. Boss,
Crazy, eh?
see that? Yes. Hypothesis.
Newcastle coming on a breakaway here. Hakimi breaking it up. Tonali picking it back up.
It's an early lad, great little player.
Yeah.
And he
That's
goes
pretty
stuff
much
out there.
his Newcastle career so far. Ugarte. What have you made of him?
good guys. Very. That's the kind of player we need.
Yeah, good lad.
He bring confidence straight. The issue with Verratti, I love him. Most fans love him.
Do you miss him?
No.
I love him, but
I
no.
try to be more honest about him. So he played 10 years in Paris Saint-Germain, and he didn't. In 10 years, you need to bring trust to your team and confidence. The guys, he was injured. He come back to the pitch. He get red card.
Yeah.
After 10 years, of club, it's not enough.
Oh.
Newcastle nearly in there.
Just a half chance there.
And Ugarte is this kind of player we need because
Reliable.
he will calm down, guys. Okay, he plays 10, 15 hard, but calm down. We're gonna make it. But with Verratti,
Too chaotic.
yeah.
Don't know what that was there. I don't know who that was either. Did you see that?
I think that might have been Ugarte
That's
himself.
hilarious. Commentators curse, lads.
Commentators curse. That is literally PSG fans looking like they're making noise up in the nosebleeds of St James's
They
Park.
really do put them up there, don't they,
Man,
lad? It's so heavy. The binoculars, they've all got them,
Listen,
lad.
they might bring the stadium down the way they're jumping up and down.
Oh,
Dan Burn here. Big test for him tonight.
Massive against Dembele, lad. He's
Yeah.
huge.
Dembele might be able to run through his legs at some point.
That's what I mean, lads. He's massive, bro.
Newcastle, I mean, I know we're only 7 minutes in, but they've been a little bit disappointing. They've not really been able to string their passes together.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the stadium's actually helping them at all, yeah.
Whereas PSG look a lot more comfortable in the ball. Look at that, the way they played out from the back there.
I'm sure this is a lot of these players' first ever Champions League games, so it's nerve-wracking for them, I can imagine. They don't want to make a mistake rather than being brave. But they'll grow into it. They will grow into it.
Do you like the move back to the back four? Because I know last season there was a lot of times you was playing a back three with Ramos and Kimpembe coming in sometimes. Obviously, Ramos has gone back to Sevilla now.
Yeah, it wasn't that stable, so we need to set something more stable. And again, it's coach decision. So I'm very happy we got Luis Enrique. So
What's happened to my boy Nuno Mendes, man?
he's injured, so I think he's
always injured.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know when he's going to come back, maybe in December now.
December?
Yeah, something like that.
It's crazy because Lucas Hernandez is actually a centre-back, but he's being played left-back, and I'm like, it's because his brother's a left-back, everyone's just accepting it, and I'm like, but he's actually a centre-back.
So that's happening to Dan Burn, to be honest with you as well, lad.
Yeah,
he's a centre-back, but he's just playing left-back.
But do you know what? Dan Burn has been playing left-back since he was at Brighton. So I'm kind of like,
Oh, I didn't know that, lad.
And I was like, because they had Lewis Duncan, Webster, and Ben White.
Okay, yeah. They play, lad. Them Brighton players, though, they can do anything they want, They're so technical.
Nigh on 10 minutes gone, and PSG are enjoying 70% possession.
Dominating, like.
I wonder if that's going to be Newcastle's tactic to allow PSG to have the ball, because I think that probably is what they'll do, actually.
That's what I was saying. It's going to be kind of tactically interesting to see what Eddie Howe does tonight. I feel like he is going to let PSG be the dominant team. But I think the key thing for Newcastle is take your chances when they come.
Yeah.
They might not get
They have
many,
to be
but
clinical tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, there it is. I just needed that slip in there, lad.
Tonali there on the left, just trying to create something. Playing it back to the defence. Recycle all over again. Trippier out wide there in a bit of space.
Mbappe. Thought he was about to do something.
Because if Mbappe got that turn, he had space.
It's lashing down in Newcastle by the looks of it. Absolutely lashing down.
I can't lie to you, as a defender, that's my favourite.
Bro, we all love the rubber football in the rain.
Man.
That's where you see
the ball
quality
just
stand out.
slipping and sliding, and that's when you see who's really got a first
No, that's
touch.
the point, yeah. That's when you see quality stand out is in the rain, like, because everything's fast.
Or is it a leveler
harder.
in terms of...
And
it can be, yes.
You know what I like as well? That's when you see who's really up for it. Because you know there's some guys that they're in their Nike Pro tights and it's cold.
Yeah. Get your tights off, lads.
I need a tee. Bruv, this is trench.
Let's
go.
I love it.
Now, are you do you feel the same way when it's hot, though?
I hate playing in the heat.
That's also...
I don't like, but here's the thing. No, at the same time, I do have to take the same approach. I understand it, but
because I hear a lot of people say that. They say, let's see if you're up for it today, and blah. But they will never say that when it's hot. People make excuses real quick when it gets hot.
In the heat, you get to the point where you're running so much, you almost borderline feel like you're gonna vomit. And you're like, all right, let me calm down for a bit.
Oh, that's a bad mistake there. No.
Oh, is that foul pulled back? Just on Skriniar there. He's offside actually.
A bit fortunate for him.
I was going to say, it definitely wasn't a foul.
Because he looked like he miscalculated.
I think Newcastle in attack are definitely going to rely on...
Oh no, it was a little bit of a foul.
Yeah, just a little
straight-armed
shove
him,
in the back,
They're cheeky, them straight arms, because it doesn't look like he's pushing him because there's no bend. But he is, like, believe me.
Oh, look at that.
Hakimi's so bossing,
he started really well.
Nice little spin out there.
Look how comfortable they look on the ball. They just look so...
He's a defender and he's got...
And I knew it.
Look at that.
They kept lining the formation up to 4-3-3.
Wow. Playing through the lines. Look at this.
But it's a 4-4-2 in actual fact, what they're playing.
They're having a laugh, aren't they? They're literally enjoying themselves.
Regardless of the combinations, it's the way they look so comfortable on the ball.
They look, they do. They look like I'm going to beat you no matter what.
Yeah, they look like they've come to make a statement. Tonight.
This is a familiar shape.
Yeah,
swag.
Lads,
See those two banks there? That's what we're going to see all night, I feel like.
This is why people like to watch PSG, because when they turn it on like this, it's wonderful to watch.
But here's the thing, it's one thing dominating possession, because I remember what we did against you guys. We had 11v9, and all it was wave after wave.
Doesn't mean anything, really.
And you still have to create actual chances, not just tippy-tappy passes.
I would say, though, that type of possession is very different to what PSG have got right now. They're going through the lines, lad, very easily. They're getting through and penetrating quite like it's nothing, lad.
It's still early.
Yeah, definitely is. It's
interesting though, because in that Newcastle-Liverpool game, Liverpool was seconds away from, I would say, potentially embarrassing Spurs, because if you could have got out of there with a point,
1-1,
that just 9 men, that would have ripped.
Sam Boylan.
No, seriously, the fallout from the game would have been so different.
What are you talking about?
The Liverpool game.
Tottenham game.
It
would have been seen as a massive failure to beat 9 men. No, even you would have been, surely.
Of course.
Yeah.
Listen, the way we were playing
It's such
that game,
fine margins.
I don't think any Spurs fan was
Spurs
happy with that
didn't win
kind of
because of
stuff.
their merit.
Yeah.
They didn't win because their team played well. They won because we had 9 men and they got gifted it like that.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is the narrative would have been so different.
The reason why
And
Spurs
rightly so.
fans were happy with the win was because
that's
we've
a bad
played
mistake.
Liverpool.
'Cause your team got 3 points, bro,
One
end
in
off.
23 times.
Also,
we've beaten
your
Liverpool.
team won,
At
lads.
home, the last time we beat them was 2017. We will take the points by
course,
any means
lads.
necessary.
3 points
we don't
is 3 points,
care
lad.
how
Yeah,
it came.
of course. It's not
Matip,
your
you want
fault.
to give it to us?
It's not your fault that the referees weren't good on the day, lad. Absolutely. It's not your fault.
So for me,
is not
and
with.
the thing is we've had so many games this season where we've performed brilliantly and got the points. It's like, listen, not every game is it going to happen. And trust me, against Liverpool, I knew it was going to be a test. I said, the North London derby away at the Emirates and at home against Liverpool is going to be the biggest test of this side.
Sad. Oh, Celtic
We
win
got
1-0.
Wow. Celtic Park showing that they have life over there. 1-0 the lead is over there. Celtic have taken the early lead against Lazio and the goal scorer, Furuhashi.
Oh, nice.
Newcastle
Ugor.
are
Growing into it.
Yeah, they're getting a bit more into it now.
Well, this is what I said. Sam even sent a comment here. Sam Boylan says, classic Laurie, jugging teams that are not the Gunners after 8 minutes. Give it time. Let the game build out a little bit. Do you know?
What was he what this game he's talking about?
No, he's talking about you getting
he's saying
something.
basically you're criticising Newcastle too
I'm
early.
not criticising him. I just said a fact. I mean, it's borne out by the stats. 70% possession.
Yeah, it's fair. It's PSG have been a better team. Like that's
Bro,
fair.
like,
I'm just reading.
watch the game, yeah? Watch the game. And
Ian backs you and says, Newcastle have done nothing.
This is what happens when you've got a trolling history, lolly lad. That's about you, bro.
No, I'm not on troll mode. I was just stating facts, which is that PSG had made a better start. But to be fair to Newcastle, I just said, didn't I? That they're
growing
coming
back
into it more
yeah.
now.
And this Trippier's good on. He's good on the set pieces. Like he's good free kick taker.
Kieran Trippier.
Yeah, he's a
Little bit
ball
of a
playing
set
right
piece
back.
specialist.
He
I
is
think
good
that-
with the ball, lad.
I think that might be a little bit too far out.
Nah, he can
28
bury that,
metres from
lads.
goal.
Nah, he can bury that. He was a little bit closer for the
He's
Croatia
more
one.
of a curler man, though. He's not a...
I think they should go for it.
He could do
range.
that, lad.
That's like
It's
David
wet.
Luiz range.
It's wet, lad. The keeper gets a little.
He's gone for it.
Let's have a look. Doesn't even go past the wall.
Laddie rubbish. Waste.
Wasted opportunity there for Newcastle. You feel like PSG start the game all over again.
Yeah.
How has Skriniar looked so far this season?
He's decent because I think the issue is going to be more Marquinhos, because Marquinhos, he needs someone else on the side with him. He have no
Like just now.
Isaac! Giving the ball away! Isaac on the follow-up! And it's 1-0 Newcastle.
Almiron.
Almiron. It's like your words were poetic there.
Did you see what just
Marquinhos
happened?
needs some help,
Yeah.
and he gives the ball away, and Newcastle punished them.
Bro.
1-0, 16th minute.
You made that happen, unfortunately. That was your fault, lads. That was actually your fault, unfortunately.
That was very casual.
Wow,
That was
wow.
very casual, wasn't
That
it?
was
the way he did
mad.
that?
He literally went, Marquinhos needs help, and then he needed help right there, lads, and he scored from it. Oh my days. Well done, Newcastle. Wow.
Listen, this
Aggie
is
Milner
why
and
you do
Milner.
not write them off. Look what it means to Almiron. Look what it means to the Geordies.
Matty Rent will be going mad
Look
right
at
now.
this.
won't
This
he?
is
First
poor.
home game, Marquinhos,
This is
time and space. He has time to pick a pass, and he just floats one into
But
nowhere.
he could've- look at that again.
Intercepted. Isaac has the first shot. Miggy Almiron gets the rebound. Easy as you like.
What was he trying to do there? That's
Miggy's finish then was nice, by the way, lads.
Listen,
honestly, that was a nice
it's like
finish. That.
it's like what happened to Lons last night. You make those silly mistakes at the back in the Champions League, you get
no, but you know what was
punished.
so disappointing from a PSG point of view with that is that he had options. He could have gone wide.
Yep.
Yeah, could have done so much more.
You know what I
Mate,
mean?
he had so
He had
much time and
time.
space. He
It's
had
not like
20
he-
yards to pick a pass.
So Hugo said, lad, he needs help. He needs help, lad.
No, but he didn't need help though because he had options.
He need help.
He just made the wrong option.
Mad, I can't believe that just happened, lad.
Yeah.
You're
Listen, who was
you're
it that
psychic,
was
lad.
in the chat earlier that when we was doing the predictions,
Miggy
they said
Almiron,
Miggy
lads?
Almiron double. Big
Yeah.
up yourself. Send another chat as well. I want to give you a special shout out. You predicted this. Let's see if the
Now.
second comes now.
Now this
Oh.
will be difficult for PSG because they're going to be dogged and hard to beat, lads. They don't have to come out and do anything anymore. They can just sit back.
sit back. Yeah.
No, but I think
They'll still
I
come.
don't know. No, I don't think that would be a wise tactic.
I
Play.
agree. I
Keep
agree. Not
playing
now.
because
Not now.
if you give a team like PSG all possession, all for, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
they're
you're
going
just
to hurt
inviting
you.
them in. You're just inviting them in.
Yeah.
Of course.
You
But
got
now, It's still
Sometimes attack is the best form of defence. Look at Alan Shearer there.
made
He's
up
well
there.
excited.
Why, aye, man?
Gareth Roberts says, "How are the lads?"
They must be made up in that stadium right now.
And it's interesting because Almiron, a couple of minutes before that, he had a really decent chance when I thought if he'd have squared it to Gordon. Did you see Gordon was like gesticulating, saying, "Why didn't you pass?"
Yeah.
But he certainly buried that one.
That was a really good finish. I know it
was.
was a rebound, but he used the man to disguise his shot and then just put it side net, and that's a great finish.
And it was good support play because Isak, who had the initial shot, he hit it
it's
straight to the keeper.
It's so easy
Great
to sometimes just let
Oh,
forward have the
he
shot.
did
And
it
once
again.
again, PSG have given the ball away in their own half. Tonali gives it out wide. Can Newcastle build something here?
You are your worst own enemy, aren't you? PSG
Yeah.
sometimes. Too casual. It's because your players are so
Zaire
good.
Emery comes forward now. Dembele out wide, 1v1 with Dan Burn. This is what they've been waiting for. He goes in, he goes out, he gives it in. Oh, gets blocked.
Look how
Any
easy he went
defense.
past Dan Burn.
Any
yeah.
foot as well with Dembele though. It doesn't
That's the
matter
annoying
what
thing,
size it
isn't it?
is. He hits it perfect on both feet.
But he skinned Dan Burn.
Yeah, he did.
Still 0-0 in all the other games. Celtic, of course, have gone 1-0 up versus Lazio.
Bruno's got number 39 on his back. I wonder why.
I did say before the game, guys, I thought there'd be goals in this game. And from what I'm seeing, I think we're definitely going to see more
PSG
goals.
are going to be a little bit more.
Definitely not going to win 1-0.
Definitely, I don't
I'll
think so.
say that with a degree of confidence.
PSG will score. I'm pretty
They'll
confident.
probably
of it.
concede again as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, nearly came off.
Oh, that's a ball player.
Again, a bit casual though, isn't it?
We forgot to mention him. So Hugo Bruno Gomes. I don't know if you know this guy. Centre mid for them.
No.
Great
Yeah,
lad.
he used to play for Leon.
Who?
Bruno Guimaraes.
No, I didn't pay attention.
Very, very good player, lad. Brazilian ball player. Like you just seen there. Does not feel the pressure, lad.
Yeah, we wanted to sign him.
Do you know
at
why he
one
wears the
stage.
number 39?
No, I wanted to know yet. That's why I said it.
Yeah, apparently his dad's taxi number used to be number 39. And
I love that.
That's how he used to get him around to training when he was growing up.
Belter.
So he's always said, listen, when I'm obviously wearing a
It's a
squad
nice
number,
top.
This would be my
I'm
shirt.
gonna wear number 39,
That's a belter, lad. Here's right, lad. Good on you for that.
Love that one. There's always a little
Yeah.
story attached, like Foden's 47.
Oh, look at this.
I always thought, why doesn't he wear the number 10? I was like, and then someone told me it's to do with his family and his grandma or something like that. And I was like, you know what? I was like, Trent with the 66.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, look at that. That's
Ooh.
audacious.
Yeah, he said.
real man.
Yeah, he went, not today,
I
lad.
love it.
Are we?
Yeah. I can't lie. Tackles like that in the rain, they get me going.
That's what it's life's about, lads.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And do you know what it is, Zoe? It's because on the SES podcast, people were saying like, "Oh, Dembele versus Dan Burn, he's gonna cook," and I'm like, "Yo, listen, don't
That's
be
what I
sleeping
said
on
as
Dan
well.
Burn, you know, like he's a
I
stiff
don't know
one,
about
but
that, man.
I said that he was
can
going
do
to
his job."
My money's on Dembele.
And they started calling me, "Hey, man, you're a Prem tard, and all you do is
Here we
gas
go.
up Prem players."
Oh,
And
look
I'm
at
like,
this. My money's on Dembele, I gotta say.
Listen, I've seen Dembele
Oh,
put up stinkers
go
in
on.
world stages.
Mbappe, you should have passed
There
it.
it comes.
Colomwani on the left here.
No,
Aye.
overplayed. They overplayed.
Yeah, just sometimes it's it, isn't it?
They're guilty of that. They like to put it with the cherry on top, man. Just, you know what I mean?
Just
Have
like
a
what
shot.
Newcastle did. If you have a shot, sometimes it pings off to your player, lad, and you just get a rebound. There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
20 minutes gone and it's still 1-0 in this game. PSG with just a half chance gone there. Diallo sends a super chat as well. He says, Laurie,
Yes.
come to Freetown and Dakar. It's fun over here.
Freetown.
So,
Hey, listen, man. I'd love
that's an
to.
invitation there, right there.
Listen,
Take it
bro.
up, I say.
I'd love to. I
Freetown,
love traveling.
Sierra Leone. You ever been?
Traveling. I've never been to Sierra Leone, but I do have friends who are from Sierra Leone heritage. He's through. Kick the ball.
Zaire Emery!
Oh!
Thought that was going to go in then.
I think that was the wrong option, man.
Yeah,
Who
should
was it who made the run
give
to his right?
Ramos.
Yeah. I mean, if you score that from there, that's a worldie. I mean,
If that's a little bit...
I respect the cojones. Is all I'm going to say. At 17, Champions League, he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm taking this game by the scruff of the neck.
See, these goals, they make me jump and that, lad. When Dom scored this one against Leicester the other day,
Yeah,
lad, they make you
bro,
squeal, lad.
I've always
It's
said,
mad.
me personally, there's no better goal I like seeing than a
sledgy
30
lad.
yard, 40 yard.
Gerrard. Yeah.
Have it. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, there is no better goal than a screamer for me, like, genuinely.
oh, look, I mix up again.
Skriniar just makes a recovery in time there. Newcastle able to pick up on the little mistakes PSG are making. Hakimi loses the ball and a free kick is given to PSG. But
You know what? Watching this game, I think there's definitely areas that Newcastle can exploit because PSG, they are good on the ball, but I'm noticing that they do tend to overplay, and they're quite, I wouldn't say casual at the back, but they trust themselves at times when you think, just get rid of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say casual.
They want to play their way through everything. Oh, look, see, this is another example.
Yeah.
There's something of the Harlem Globetrotters about them.
Yeah,
isn't there?
exactly
They don't want to play with swag at all times when they don't need to.
But is that not the same thing you was loving about him in the first 10 minutes?
It was, lad. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like when it's going well, it
looks great,
fantastic. But as soon as they go 1-0 down, it's like you're doing too much. But pick a side, man.
It's a very honest way to play football. I'd say that it's honest in the sense that you continually tackle.
Yeah. For me, as long as you're consistent with it, that's all I can say.
I'm not a big fan. For me, the goal need to be inside the cage. You need to score. So it's good to play well. Gioca bonito, but if you just gioca bonito.
That's why they changed chess, lad. Chess was an honourable way to play it, was to attack one another and just be vulnerable. And that's not how games work anymore, because you can exploit tactics. That's the whole reason of them. That's why managers become successful, lad. Because being honest doesn't win your games, lad. You need to change. So that's what teams are doing, lad.
I think as well, it could be a mentality thing. PSG probably look at it and say, we got the players.
Yeah, we're better.
We back ourselves to play our way through and get the win.
Yeah.
Whereas Newcastle, they're probably looking at it, okay, you may have the better team, but we got a game plan. We'll stick to it, and we could win.
Yeah.
But I still think there'll be goals in this game.
Newcastle could score a goal from a corner here, lad.
Yeah.
My days!
Oh my God, Newcastle with a set piece there. Shaw just missing at the near post.
But no one closed him down.
Nobody. So free. He's got a good shot.
He just breaks off, goes near post, and he's got to get down target.
He knows he should have, lad.
If that is anywhere on target, that's 2-0.
Yeah.
PSG trying to play out the back here. Skriniar caught on it. Listen, the Newcastle fans must be rocking seeing their players win this high up the pitch.
Since they got the goal, they've definitely sunk the team.
Look at that. Shots now, you're looking at 6 for Newcastle, 2 for PSG, 2 on target for Newcastle, while PSG having no shots on target at the moment.
Oh, is that man? There's the man.
Ooh, who's catching him there, though?
Killy. What you got? Dembele. Danburn. Cuts it back to Kylian.
But he got away with it.
Do you know who was brilliant in that then?
Recovers it.
Tonali was bossed then. I don't know if he watched him. He ran right down the length of the pitch and covered the goals, lad. That was great, that.
That's a corner.
Left foot shot from Gonzalo Ramos there. I think it might have just been touched out for a corner.
Tell you what, that was looking threatening.
It was. This is the type of thing that every
You know what?
Just gets
I'm
the
going to
touch on
say
it.
this. If that doesn't hit Lascelles,
might go in.
that might go in.
Yeah, because it's behind a lot of
That
bodies.
was definitely goal bound.
Kylian Mbappe here on the left.
When it's this wet,
someone.
you need to ping shots. You have to, because the ball travels so quickly. So if you hit that bottom corner, mate, there's every chance that it'll go in.
Look at that.
Yeah, he's an athlete, isn't he? Absolute athlete.
Too quick, isn't he, with his feet?
Yeah.
He was right. He should have had the corner. That did go off Almiron.
Yeah, he dodged.
He's like, I'm the best player in the world, lad. Do you think I'd kick it out by accident?
No, that definitely touched. He's got a point there. Bit of home cooking there. But
it's really frustrating when that happens. I hate that when you're playing a game and just the decision keeps going against you, lad. It's the worst.
And we have a goal elsewhere, by the way. Man City have gone 1-0 up in the 25th minute. Foden putting them up. Speaking on him just there, with squad numbers, 1-0 up Man City versus RB Leipzig.
I can't make up my mind whether I want them to win today or not.
Who, Man City?
Yeah, because...
Listen, man.
Why do you want them to win, lad? Why do you ever want Man City to win?
It might sort of give them a false sense of security for Sunday.
Oh, my days.
Might do. Or, if they lose again... No, but if they lose
Someone
again...
get a load of this guy. Full sense of confidence.
This is Man City.
Yeah.
Man City got lost.
No, because you say that, but listen, we had...
Don't lull yourself into a full sense of confidence and thinking that because they don't have KDB, Rodri, you're going to go out there and sweep them.
Maybe
I'm careful
what you clinging at straws.
Hey man.
At straws, but
listen,
if you remember, after
if City beat you on the weekend with no KDB, no Rodri,
what about it?
Forget about the title. From this weekend onwards, forget about it. Focus on an FA Cup or pray for the Champions League.
No, I do agree with that.
Title, if you can't beat them without their 2 best players, forget about it.
You seem to be forgetting they've got world-class players throughout the team.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely, they do. I was about to say that.
Rodri?
Oh, look at this. This is dangerous. They got the... He's in.
Gonzalo Ramos. Oh, is that a penalty?
No,
that's a good
shoulder to shoulder. I love that. Shah's gone down with a little bit of a knock there.
They've got players
Was that a
all
bit
over
of
the pitch.
gamesmanship?
Yeah, I think he might have seen, you know what, I might have given away a penalty here. Let me... Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's not.
He definitely
he's
won
got the
ball.
elbow
And then
across
he
the
got
jawline. But he did look across before he went down. Oh, he's... I think it might be his collarbone, actually, yeah.
It hurts that sometimes, like, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it
you've
does.
ever fell over and hurt your shoulder with football. I've done it myself.
Right, so here's my rationale behind what I was just saying.
50-50.
Sometimes...
Not shoulders 50-50s by falling over, lad.
No.
So here's my
I don't
rationale
fall over, I
behind
don't
what I
fall
was saying.
over. I don't fall
Right?
over.
Go and watch the VR Sports game.
We had
Like a
the
brick house.
we had the 4-0 win against Bournemouth, and everybody thought it was right and rosy in the garden.
Sorry,
What
just
happens?
quickly. Equaliser in Celtic Park.
Yeah, of
Lazio
course.
have equalised 1-1. But sorry, Laurie, you were saying...
Yeah, so I was saying that sometimes you get a really good win, and it can lull you into a false sense of security for your upcoming games. So, for example, we beat Bournemouth 4-0 away Saturday. Everyone's hooping and hollering, including myself, thinking, yeah, going to Lons, yeah, man, we're all good. And then we go and put in a pretty poor performance. So what I'm saying, that can happen, even to teams like City, although I do agree with you, it's unlikely. But I guess I'm clutching at straws because it's such a massive game this weekend. man.
Yeah. Just losing the ball there. Is he going to be able to recover that?
Dembele,
He's done
what
that
are you
like
doing?
15
Done
times
really well
already,
there.
Dembele.
Every time I feel like they're not allowing Dembele to go 1v1 with Dan Burn. He's always got support around him, you feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
Big up Diallo sends another super chat as well. He says, Fabian Schär and Joachim Andersen are underrated. Top.
That's
Absolutely.
true, actually.
I actually agree very much.
We rate
I've
them.
seen Joachim Andersen play close up this season.
Also
at Brentford. I was
Schär as well, I think, is another
Goals
one.
in him, lad. He's got a
I
few
think
goals in him as well.
No, the reason why I said Anderson because Palace, the Palace guy.
Yeah, that's who it's on.
I was at that game when we played them, and he was very good.
Brilliant defender.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Gay as well. He's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Loads of defenders. That's why Man City are successful, like we were saying earlier, because they pick the best defenders or best players from the league.
Half an hour just gone in this
my
game
days.
now. 1-0.
Again-
PSG just losing the ball in midfield again there, but referee giving a free kick.
He also won it back as well. He is a good player.
It's my move there.
Kylian Mbappe. I haven't seen one daisy cutter today, and
What
I'm
have you made
disappointed.
of the Hugo? What have you made of the first half hour?
That was my fear. We start well, but one mistake for Marquinhos and Newcastle get confident, and now we don't doing everything. We don't do anything right. So we get the ball, but to do nothing at all with the ball. And my issue is always
Again, too casual.
Dembele can always do more, but I always think he play with he's breaking. Is something missing with Dembele? He can do better. He got the skills, but because he's a guy can make the difference. When defender targeting Mbappe, he can be the guy who makes the difference, and that's happened in the World Cup. In the final World Cup, if we was 100%, we beat Argentina.
Yeah.
In opposite, he played for Paris Saint-Germain. I forgot his name. Di Maria did.
Yeah.
So we need to have Dembele have the same mentality, same level as Di Maria used to have with Argentina, because these guys make the difference. You can see Mbappe, it's hard for him now. Dembele need to take the leads, and that's why we not
Dembele's biggest strength is 1v1s, isn't it? And that's how he basically makes a living. He's one of the best 1v1 players. That's why he beats the man in front of him, but his end product is not there, and that's being his lack of, I don't know, his worst quality, his end product. We've seen it at the start of the game. He had a brilliant chance, didn't he? Missed it. Every single pass that he's trying to put into it, he keeps missing it. There's one that stands out for me. Don't remember if you ever remember when Barcelona beat Liverpool 3-0. There was a chance for him at the end of that game to make it 4, and he missed it, and it was a very, very clear, lad, I could have scored it. Everyone could have. So he has got that in his game. He's a great player, but he's missing end product, lad. And he's seen it. It's coming to light in this game a bit, like, definitely. And he's getting
Also, some of his decision making, like,
what I mean, his end product's just it's not quite there. I put that down to be quite. Oh wow!
Isaac just took a bit of a blow to the head there. Just
a bit, lad. He looks like, bro, that wasn't a stud or nothing. That was an elbow or something in his head, and it wasn't on purpose. Like, but that is looking very, very sore. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No Wilson on the bench today as well, and I think is that when it happened?
No, this is the goal.
There's a replay of the goal, yeah. Almiron.
Great finish, lad. Great finish, honestly.
That unison reaction is poetic, man.
That's what you love, innit? Look at him, lad, Mickey. That's his first Champions League goal ever, is it?
Yeah.
Good on you, lad.
And the more frustrating is like we play, as you say, we play is easy. Yeah, we're gonna win, you're gonna make it. But when we get the goal, you feel the confidence that got is gone. And that's what we see all 15 minutes now.
No, you make a good point because the first 10, 12 minutes, you were looking by far the better team, 70% possession, and you're right. As soon as you conceded, in fact, even just before that, you started to look a little bit shaky. Concede the goal, and since then you've not really troubled Newcastle that much, apart from a couple of long-range efforts.
It's actually went the other way, hasn't it? You'd expect Newcastle to start well with the fans, and then PSG grow into it. It's been the other way around.
Yeah.
Was that mistake, mate? A mistake can change.
At this level,
the whole
man,
dynamic.
it's fine margins.
I think there's a shift need to be done in Paris Saint-Germain. This mindset, consistent. You go to score the first goal and kill the game. We don't know to do it yet, and we can't win the Champions League if we don't change it. Because
can I just say this is poor officiating, right? So he's been down a few minutes now. There's blood. The blood's coming quite profusely out of his eye. Surely they should take him off the pitch. He probably needs a couple of stitches.
Yeah, but
in
he
that cut.
needs to get the right treatment.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to get that on the
they might not
pitch,
be able
are
to
you?
move him.
The guy is bleeding. Like, what do you?
Yeah, well, get him off. You know what I mean? Like,
let him recover. What if he's dazed right now?
I think
he's concussed right now.
I think what they
you
do
don't know
is
that.
He doesn't look
they can
concussed.
move him first, and if they can move him, then
I think the problem is more the cut. Yeah, he's not concussed. It's the cut. They could have got him off the pitch.
You don't know that.
Bro, he's not concussed, bro. As a man that's boxed, bro, I know a concussion when I see
head
it.
injury thing.
Bro, I'm very familiar with concussion.
Take as much as
he is not concussed, bro. He is perfectly compos mentis.
Even if he's not, I'm more than happy for them to take the extra 2 minutes to just make sure everything's okay. I have no qualms. Do you mind as a PSG fan? Do you have a problem with this?
No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know why the Arsenal fan seems to...
See, that's what's wrong with the game now, though. You're too soft.
That's what's ruining the game.
You're too soft, mate. Look at him. You said he was concussed. The man's running around like he's Mo Farah.
Bottle in his face and say, "Come on, get up, lad." Yeah. You know you're
the
faking
man's
it.
running around the pitch like he's Mo Farah. You're saying he's concussed. He's fine.
No,
but anyway, we're back now. So
I remember there was a time when a player bumped his head. It was Soho against Man City in the League Cup. And I don't know if you've ever watched it, lad. He banged his head. He come back on. And then got skinned by Aguero. But like the way he went to the defender, his legs were like jelly, the poor man. And he come off afterwards because he definitely was concussed. Poor fella.
That's poor by Gordon. Let's give that away when he didn't need to.
Oh. Coming out of Hanneman and Tonga, they are doing well.
Get out of their own half at the moment.
Yeah. Good on Newcastle here. They are playing well.
Shout out Red Star Belgrade as well.
Scores it?
Sorry, not Red Star Belgrade, but Red Star.
Red Star.
They've taken a 1-0 lead against Young Boys. Sheriff Njai.
Gamirish was quite clever there. There was very little contact, but he played that well.
Smart.
PSG with a set piece to defend here. Playing a pretty high line as well. Not sure that's a smart idea with the likes of Dan Burn.
He's a unit. How tall he is, lad.
Stick it on me, lad. Oh,
I feel like Isaac didn't want to head of that.
Yeah, you could see in it. He wanted to bring it down. Great ball.
Which is not a good sign, to be honest with you, mate. You need to be able to use your head, so if you can't, you probably shouldn't be on the pitch. For your own health and safety. Yes.
Has it stopped raining? It looks like it has.
Does it ever stop raining in Newcastle? I'm from the north, lad. Never does.
It can't be as bad as Manchester.
Liverpool's horrible, lads. It's on the coast. It's got a river next to it, lads. So it's
Do you know what I wonder? Can anybody explain to me? I just seen Andy Micah's comment. Can anyone explain to me why Red Star have changed their name now to Crvena Zvezda?
It might be something political.
I know it's kind of now.
That's political.
The Serbian way of saying it, obviously, but
it might be something political.
Okay.
I'm not sure
why like all of a sudden the name had changed, because I remember do you remember Stal Bucharest?
Yeah.
When they had to have their name changed to SBFC and they lost all their naming rights. I was like, damn. There's some funny situations happening at some clubs abroad.
Lucas Hernandez.
Lucas Hernandez picking up the first yellow card here.
2 brothers that are really good footballers. It's mad that it happens so much in football, doesn't it? We've got one tomorrow, lads, with the
who would you
McAllister brothers.
say are the best brothers you've seen in football?
Don't say the
Say the
Neville's.
Chris.
Don't
There's
say the
a
Neville's.
lot. The Hazards. There's the...
No, but there's quite a disparity between Eden and Torwin, isn't
Yeah,
there?
I
But that's what I'm
they're
saying.
both
Like,
really
as in, like, as a pairing, what are the best brothers? Because
Laudrup.
there's the Laudrups,
Yeah, that's
the
good, huh?
Torres, the Ferdinands,
Torres, it's the Torres.
the Baraces.
Bro, it's the Torres. The Torres. Yeah, Torre was part of the Invincibles. Yaya Torre was part of that Man City team. It's the
Yeah,
Torres, lad.
yeah.
They were incredible. Both of them in their day. That's
a
what
good
it is.
shout.
As soon as you said it, lad, I was like, yeah, it's the Torres.
Oh,
Of course.
free header.
Oh! Donnarumma with a stretch and save there. Newcastle still got it, and he's gone near post. They've still got it.
Where's the
Goes on
PSG?
back post and oh my god! It's over the line.
Where's the
It's over the line,
defence?
it's over the line, it's over the
It's
line.
over
it's
the
a goal.
line.
No,
It's a goal.
It's offside,
No,
it's offside. Is it? Is
It's
it a goal? What's going
offside.
on?
It's offside.
Oh, is it a penalty?
Referee
definitely
blows
blown for
whistle
something.
here.
Offside, I think.
Calma,
Hey, Donnarumma there.
calma.
If he didn't cut his fingernails this morning, lad, that's how he got that there. Just about, lad.
Is it a penalty?
No.
What are they appealing for? Why is the referee being contacted by the official?
Yeah, he's offside. Yeah, when he gets it back there just to play the cross, I think he's offside.
Because that was over the line, wasn't
That's it's still though. What an effort from
Yeah.
Donnarumma there, lad.
This
Well, it was over the line.
burn, man.
Yeah, it was.
They need to line him up with a few more of those.
Get it right, okay? You've got VAR to get it right.
5 more minutes left in the half. Newcastle almost taking the
That
lead. They're
was
doing
over
a
the
goal
line,
check,
surely.
in actual fact.
Surely that
I
was
would be
over the line.
surprised if they give that because it did seem like he was offside just before crossing that.
They need to show us the lines, lad. Show me the lines.
What
I've got
lines,
trauma.
man? What lines?
Where's the lines, lad?
It's all up here. It's all up here.
Yeah, well, even that, even without the lines, they could have seen that. It was onside, lad, okay? Where's the lines? Oh,
No, that's
Ooh, he's onside. Bruno is onside. Dan Burn.
That's definitely in.
Yeah, man.
That's a
Big
goal.
up Dan Burn. It's
That is a goal.
2-0. That should be. That
Yeah,
goal
it is.
should be given, in my opinion.
That's a goal. That's definitely a goal. Bruno's going, where's the lines, lad?
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Please give me my goal.
Is that your Brazilian accent?
Yeah.
I don't know why this is taking so long. It seems quite straightforward.
Because of all the controversy.
Do you know what it
that's
is?
been
It's
happening
because he's not doing the actual check-in. There's 2 other guys in another room somewhere talking to each other. After listening to that video drama, I was like, yo, he's dealing with chaos in his ear right now. And then you've got guys walking up to him. Referees have a lot to deal with, man. I can't lie. After seeing the whole drama, I'm like, you know what, man? We got to chill a little bit.
I mean, no,
Sometimes there's idiots in there who obviously don't understand how to operate the wonderful tools they've been given. But I can understand, where some people get their frustrations
we can
from,
all
but
understand mistakes. Doesn't mean that we should put up with them. Okay?
Agreed.
I don't want
I
to suffer
fully,
no fools,
fully
bro.
agree.
Okay?
Listen.
I ain't suffering no fool.
As much as we want the respect campaign, we want the rules to be applied correctly campaign.
Yes,
as well.
please.
Yes.
Yes,
But
please.
honestly,
I
I,
fully
think
agree.
this is taking a bit too long.
Yeah, this one
Listen,
is.
Guess what though? As long as
they
they
come
come
to
out
the
with
right
the correct
decision.
decision,
I
don't
agree.
care.
I also agree.
Don't care.
Take 20
This
seconds
is what
extra,
you should
a
have
minute
done on the
extra.
weekend.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
but we thank you for not.
What they'll be doing now is not just checking the offside, they'll be checking for like an handball somewhere, a foul somewhere, blah, 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 blah. That's what they'll be doing. And I'm okay with that.
We will get
As long
back
as
to
they
the
get
brothers
decision.
conversation, by the way. There are some people who've thrown some great suggestions, but keep them coming as well.
Oh, what it is.
Ooh, VAR. He has
Goal.
given the goal, and it's
2-0.
officially 2-0.
Dan
Dan Burn. They
Burn.
told him to watch out for Dembele. He said, "Are you watching out for me?" Big Dan Burn, doubling Newcastle's lead. 2-0 versus PSG. I don't know how many people saw this one.
What
coming.
is the point of
I don't know
Marquinhos?
how many people saw
No one's
this one
seen Dan
coming.
Burn scoring here, lad. You
Yeah.
mad?
Yeah.
If whoever's got a bet on that, mate,
They
cash
said
in
to you
now.
tonight, yeah, someone's going to score an incredible goal. Is it Dan Burn or Mbappe? Who did
know,
you
yeah.
think it'd be?
What is the point of Marquinhos arguing that? The goal's just been. He's not going to change.
Said he got fouled.
That's not a foul. Jamal Lascelles. Oh,
Oh, you
maybe
see,
it's his hand a
hands,
little bit
yeah.
there. Ooh.
Yeah.
You see, and this is why they should take their time with the VAR.
Also, bro, did you see how high Lascelles fell from there? And he fell on his face. That was high, that,
Yeah.
He's onside.
That's
He's definitely onside.
yeah. Man, that is what you call dunking on someone.
Yeah, it is.
You
That
know
is.
when you get above them and you're just like,
Did you
in
see?
your
Look at the
face.
defender's face, lad. His head gets rocked like.
Yeah, man.
Onside. Definitely onside.
There you go. There's the lines. There's the lines. Everybody wanted the lines.
There's the lines, lad.
Yeah.
Sign them. That's all we wanted on Saturday, lad. That's all I wanted.
Love that.
Boom. Goal. Unlucky Donnarumma though.
Prediction gone out the window, and yours as well. Actually, we both predicted 2-1 PSG win. PSG at the moment 2-0 down.
Wow.
At St James's Park. Dan Burn scoring in the 39th minute. Listen, a few minutes before half time. I imagine there'll be some extra added time as well with the injury of Isaac.
And the VAR delay.
This is the thing with Champions League, you know, like Man City and Liverpool have been making it look a little bit easier than it should be, lad. They really have. And then when people get into this Champions League, lad, it's not as easy. It really isn't.
Yeah.
But then Newcastle today, lad.
And we said this is what Champions League is about. Is it going to be kind of the big stars that show out, or is it going to be kind of like a surprise? I remember last year's campaign, we had Sheriff surprising Madrid in the group stages.
Remember that goal, lad?
Listen,
wow.
You will see surprises all the time. Trust
Cup
me.
games are different, lad. It's the FA Cup. Look at the FA Cup's a prime example of it. Giants get beat all the time.
I know it's a bit early because we're only still in the first half. But
Dolce
those same demons that plagued PSG about them tending to fall apart. It's starting to ring a little bit true there. I mean, look at that goal they just scored there. The defending was hopeless.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Dolce Man sends a super chat. Big up. He says Newcastle 2-0 up in the Oil Sheikh Club Cup.
Yeah, it is.
Saudi Arabia 2, Qatar 0.
I still say there's going to be more goals in the second half. But,
I agree. There will be. But Newcastle are going to be dogged
Bakary
now.
Barry says Mbappe, try and blame Messi and Neymar now.
That's true, lad, isn't it? Good shout, lads.
Uncomfortable conversations.
Uncomfortable conversation.
Amir Shah says comeback for PSG is coming. Just wait on it.
Having said that, we did watch Kylian Mbappe score a hat-trick in the World Cup final.
Hey.
So let's not disrespect him.
One of the greatest individual performances, bro.
Let's not he does turn up. He does.
And I remember people throughout the game were like, "Yo, man, Killy ain't there today, man. What's going on?" And then he said, "Yeah,
all right, Brev.
What you playing? Yeah, cool, Brev. Watch."
I wonder what the French version of bruv is and lad, because I say lad all the time. What do you say in there? So I always say, you're all right, lad. That's what I say. You know, like when you say bro.
What's the French version? So you see, like Londoners, we say brav a lot.
Is it just man? Hey, man.
Frère, it's the same. It's frère.
Okay,
frère.
yeah.
oh, that's good.
Oh, yo, what was that?
Went round the long way, lads.
It's been an eventful game in the first half, this one. Oh,
Stand up, bro.
cheeky foul there.
Oh, he's not going to be red for that, is he?
Staff. No. Just giving a foul there.
What's going on? Let's have a little gag of it.
Barcelona 1-0
That hit Longstaff more than it hit him, lad.
Yeah.
Kicked the bottom of his boot.
Barcelona have gone 1-0 up in the game versus Porto away at the Dragao as well. And then Red Star have doubled their lead versus Young Boys. So they're flying today.
2-0.
2-0.
7 minutes.
You know, the
been
atmosphere
added
there is crazy as well.
Yeah,
Your
it's
boys
one of
went
the
there.
heaviest atmospheres, lad. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Terrifying to play in that, lad.
Money Mike says, Mongar.
Mon gars sûr.
I always remember that Matuidi video. Mongar!
Oh, yeah. That was Sissoko, wasn't it?
That is one of my favourite videos of all time.
Right, and Dembele took that with his right foot, didn't he?
Yeah, Dembele doesn't know what foot he is, man.
How can you be that good at football, lad?
Yeah, he's famous for being very two-footed.
Ambidextrous with his feet.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone plays with 2 feet. Everybody does, but it's like he doesn't know what his stronger foot is.
He's talking that because just changing the sport briefly. It was at a boxing event yesterday. So, you know, they got them punch balls that you... Yeah, so everyone was having a go on that, and there was a professional guy that came up. He had a pop. But what I noticed of him is that he's a pro fighter, but what he did was he punched it first with his left hand, got the high score, and then he went on his right hand and bang, got the high score again. And you think to yourself,
how are you that good?
Professionals, it's just so different, you know what I mean, from the random person.
It's true, lad. It does happen, like with me freestyle, like I do tricks with both of my feet, like, and it just becomes normal eventually. It just doesn't feel like you're doing it with both feet. You're just doing it.
Yeah. You look at things like that and you think, yeah, that's why he's a professional, because they're just...
Gifted? No, it's not even just gifted, it's discipline, mate. A lot of it just comes down to practice.
No, but the fact that he was just so competent, like like I said, he came up, bang, left hand, got the best score. Then the man went on his right hand or his other hand, bang, best score again. I thought, wow. Puts
7
everything
minutes
into perspective.
added time added on to the end of the first
Rightly
half.
so, like, rightly so.
Shout out to Chris Congo if you're watching. He was the guy I'm talking about.
Units, but
Just Waffling sends a super chat as well. He says PSG might need to take this short-term pain to build an actual team. Only chance to keep Kylian.
everyone does. Everyone has to suffer before they feel successful. That's the way it goes. Liverpool lost and come second a million times, bro. Do you know how hard it is to watch your team come second constantly? But then when you finally get it, on your hands, lad, it's the best feeling on the planet. Does not bring you more joy.
But the frustration is
Do you not think you're writing up PSG a little bit too early, though?
I mean, yeah, there's a
Maybe
whole
not yourself, but some of the
Dembele,
people in the
1v1
comments.
with Dan Burn again, and there's
Oh,
that
look, here he
support
goes.
three-man there. Oof, unable
These
to
are
just get a
dangerous
good
balls,
ball in.
though. If someone, like, bro, I don't understand why the number 9
got
or
two
whoever's in the
strikers.
middle. Yeah, bro,
They've got
just
Gonzalo
run into
Ramos.
the middle.
Yeah.
He's doing it every time. So run there.
Yeah.
Have a gamble, lad. That's what Haaland's the best at. Haaland would read that situation and go, it's a goal. Yeah, thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, Holland's...
PSG corner here. Can they get something before the half? Nope, it's dealt with.
I would say that's
I think, though, Haaland is a very different type of player. He's that classic number 9, really.
Yeah, he's right in the box, in the 6-yard box
yeah.
constantly. And you can't see him as well. He's like 6'8" and you can't see him, lad.
Whereas Mbappe comes off the flanks.
I think that's why Isak's refusing to head the ball. You could just see he's starting to leak
Yeah.
again. Half time.
I think you should probably take him off, lad.
Problem is they don't have Callum Wilson today.
No, they
So
don't.
it's a case of who do you bring on?
You'd have to bring on a midfielder and stick Miggy up front, lad.
But he looks all right, though.
I tell you, Gordon's not really done so much for me today in this game, lad. He
Yeah.
did playing well, like, but maybe his work rate's been all right. But yeah, I'd never like to see players with head injuries play on, lad. I mean, you do because it's like culty and that, and it looks cool. But also, nah, come on,
Maybe
lad.
bring on Jacob Murphy.
Yeah, sack him for that, lad. Put Miggy up front.
Now! Oh my days, he took too long to play that pass.
always-
That's what I was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
say. That
They're
has been
always doing it.
their decision making at times has been poor.
The theme of the game for them,
Little
lad.
simple balls like that through. You tried to
Like
go the
strike
circuitous
earlier.
route, and
like
it was
the strike earlier,
the wrong
you put
option.
Ramos through.
PSG with the corner here.
look,
he does
last
that
minute.
so
Kylian
much.
Mbappe trying to find
There you go.
something here. Ooh!
Mbappe does that so much. You know.
Ramos just getting
I'm
something
telling
on
you
it,
now,
but
guys,
deflected
this
out for
game
another
is
corner.
not over.
No, it's not.
over.
No.
Definitely not,
There's
lad.
people in the comments, making
Listen,
it
they
seem
say 2-0 is one of the most dangerous scorelines in football.
Yeah, leads you into a false sense of security, lad.
PSG
2
will
goals is
definitely
not-
score. They do definitely score.
can
in
get
this
wiped
game.
out
They
very
might even
quickly.
Score before the end of this
Back
first
post
half.
Kylian. Ooh, and Newcastle just able to get away there. Can they see it out to the end of the half? Dan Burn on the counter-attack. Give me
my
something, bro.
Oh,
Ooh.
my days.
Tonight.
Newcastle are coming.
Got some pace on
Has he
him
got the
tonight,
pace to
hasn't
get past him?
he? Not bad,
quite.
like. Oh!
Unlucky. Nobody there. There's a
happened there?
player down with a head injury. I think it might be Ugarte. Might have just held something at the back of the head there from an on-running Newcastle player.
Kamara
Bruno
just tell him to
looking
get out.
slightly guilty there, walking away. Oh, there might be a VAR check for this. Oi, oi, oi.
He does have a little look at
A
Barlow.
little
he looks a
sheepish
bit-
look.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a
For a
yellow
minute
card
there, I
for
thought-
Bruno.
For a second there, I was
Let's see
thinking,
what happened there. Just on the edge of the box. Oh!
It should be right.
Oh!
That looked like a red card to
No,
me.
that
Yeah.
might be turned into a red if the VAR decide to look at that again because
Or
he's
did he
actually
miss?
struck out at him.
He looked like he missed.
That's what saved him.
Yeah, I think he missed, but he did.
Because he got the yellow card for intent.
Why did he do
Very
that?
Bruno-like to do that.
Why did he do that?
Stupid thing to do.
Champions League tie, first one at home, winning 2-0. The last thing you need
I'm
to do is get a
sure
red card.
Eddie Howe, when they get in at half time,
Gonna tell him off, lad.
saying to him, listen, man, what are you doing?
There it is, and it's half time, and it's 2-0 at St. James's Park. Newcastle fans going crazy, and rightly so. First home game in 20 years, and they're beating PSG at the moment. Hugo, how does it feel?
I would say it's not a surprise. Mindset issues. So we start like with confidence, and as long as we concede the goal, and we lose our mind. The same old story with Paris Saint-Germain. So that's very frustrating because it's a Champions League game. So you need to kill the game when you can kill the game, and always same old story. So that's very, very, very frustrating as a PSG fan.
It's frustrating, but with the end of that first half, you can kind of see you're still kind of creating half chances. And even at the start of the first half, you kind of looked the more dominant and better team. Do you still think in the second half you can maybe turn it around? And
maybe, but it's same old story. So even we come back 2-2 is not enough. Because the group is quite tough, so we need to win the games and secure the first place, because we don't want to finish second and get to whatever
Real Madrid or someone.
No, so we need to secure the first place. But
what have you guys made of that first half?
They're a victim of their own play style, lad. They absolutely are. They play wonderful football, but you don't have the grit. It's the same old. That's what you said. It's the same old story of PSG, lad. They don't have that, like, like when you're up for something and you really want to win, and it doesn't matter if you're not the best, but you give your all, lad. That's what you'd expect. That's what you said you wanted from your players. No. It's just not there, lad. Yeah. They don't want it. It just seems like they just can't be bothered. They'd rather just play nice football instead. And if it doesn't work, well, I'm rich. It's fine. I can just
there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, they made a very good start. But you know what? For all the good start that they made a couple of silly errors, conceded goals. But what's interesting, although they had the greater possession, they've still not had a shot on target. So that in itself tells its story. And I think some of that, as you hinted on there, some of their decision making at times, where just a simple ball, put somebody through or put the ball wide, they've tried to go through the middle and complicate things, and the attacks ended up breaking down. So it's been disappointing from that perspective. But I would say this, they do look threatening when they get the ball, and I cannot see this game closing out without them scoring at least one. So Newcastle will probably need another goal to win this game.
Yeah.
And you look at the way kind of they played in the first half. Let me just go through some of the stats as well. I think if you're looking at XG, PSG are at 0.2 for that first half. Wow. Newcastle sit at 0.72. And then possession-wise, as you said, they were dominating. 69% possession for PSG, but then 31% for Newcastle. And this is where I said it's going to be kind of interesting to see how Eddie Howe sets up this team, because you're going to be playing at home, so there's going to be a bit of an onus on you to maybe take the game to them. Yeah. But I think he said, nah, do you know what? I know these are what they're capable of. The quality is obviously better. They can have all the possession, but in the right areas, we will be dangerous. And I think the second ball is one thing that today you're seeing Newcastle dominating. Yeah. It's like every time, whenever the press is on as well in defensive areas, okay, you want to play out the back? Let's see if you can do that.
That's exactly where the fans
get it right 99 times, because you're going to get it right wrong one time, and we're going to capitalize on that. And you saw that 2 or 3 times where Ugarte, Skriniar, Marquinhos all caught on the ball, and it's just victim of your own mistakes, as you say. Yeah. So it's all well and good, as you said, playing that nice Joga Bonito, but if it's not going to lead to anything, you actually need to maybe look at it and tweak it. And are you hoping for maybe any halftime changes?
His mentality, his mindset, changing is not going to make a big difference for me. It's just to mindset.
So I'm thinking someone like a Vitinha maybe, or a Soler or a Ruiz, just to come on to maybe add a bit of a structure to that midfield. Because at the moment you've got 2 strikers there, and I can only feel maybe Ramos, who's popped up with a few shots. Kolomuani, I've seen him do a few runs, but not much. Can you give me something, bro? I feel like either one of you give me something, and one of you come off.
I think Vitinha with Ugarte can make some big impact on the middle field. So. But his mindset. So still disappointed because we can do better. We got the player, but football is simple. So that's what sometimes I like Premier League. So it's just simple, and that's why Newcastle doing it. Just simple.
Get the simple things right. Simple,
You need a pivot. That's what you need in this midfield battle that you're having at the moment. You're losing it, lad. That's why he's getting caught at the back, because that high press is seeing that weakness, pushing up on your defenders who want to play ball players and who want to play out, but they can't get past it. So you need to what he said then, add stability to the midfield. So you've got them pivots, lad, so you can break through that high press, play out of it, done. That's what you need, and then give it to Mbappe on the final third of the pitch instead of him picking up on an halfway line and Dembele and trying to run through the whole team, lad. It's just not working. Simple as that. These are tough, and also they really want to win today. It's their first home game in 20 years. They want it, and you can see the difference in that. Being throwing big heavy tackles in, all that.
I'll tell you what's going to be interesting in the second half is Eddie Howe's approach, how Newcastle set up. Because, okay, you're 2-0 up, but you are up against a very dangerous opposition when they got the ball. Mm-hmm. If you allow PSG too much of the ball, I think that could be counterproductive.
I agree.
So, okay, you got 2 goals up. There's no need to panic. but I would caution against just sitting back and allowing PSG to come onto you per se.
But if it's worked in the first half,
it's not that though. They haven't done that. They've picked the moments to press.
Yes.
They've been it's ebbs and flows. They've lulled them in, said, yeah, you can play the ball out, and then the next goal kick, no, you're not, lads, you're not playing it out, and they get caught out because of it.
But if you remember
Great tactics.
early in the season when Newcastle played Liverpool at home, got off to a good start.
Yeah,
what did they do? They sat
lost.
back. But they sat back, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
And
they
allowed Liverpool
us. Yeah,
to come on to
especially
them.
because
And
we
what
had 10
happened?
men. We had 10 men, so I think they thought, we'll just play the ball around, we'll chill
And
out
what
a little
happened?
bit.
They ended up losing.
We won. We scored 2 goals in the plus 90 minutes. It was
And
glorious.
Eddie Howe, to be fair, took a lot of stick for that, so maybe he's learned. So it'll be interesting to see what tactics they adopt.
You cannot invite a team like PSG and go on then, score, because they will. So I think
Yeah.
they'll come out and do the exact same thing, and only on the 80th minute, 80-something minute, that's when they go, right, low block, now we defend, we have we can win if we just defend this now. That's when it'll happen.
I think the first 15 minutes of this second half are pivotal. If PSG manage to get one back, then the game becomes very, very interesting.
I just think that PSG have picked the wrong tactics for this game. They definitely have. They went too attacking, not respecting Newcastle, and that's what's happened right now. He haven't respected them.
Is that because they've only got one tactic? I don't know.
No, I think...
For me, is as you say, is more mindset. My fear was because we play in England, so it's a Premier League club, so atmosphere of the stadium is very impacted. First, they come back to Champions League. They need to show something. So they're willing more to show. For example, okay, we every season we're in, so it's going to be easy. No, it's going to be easy. Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not to be,
Arsenal just played Lens. Lens.
I mean, I'm looking at that first goal again.
He was like, how dare you then? Did you see that then?
the one thing you're seeing though, just there in the second half, I think is going to be massive as well, is the crowd. You're seeing obviously when they're winning the ball high up, fans are just fist pumping everything, and that home atmosphere we said is going to play a massive part. Obviously, you guys went there and got your normally result that you normally do every year, but it seems like they've made a massive difference in the first half. Do you not think the crowd actually is going to make that much of a difference in these home games for Newcastle?
Well, we said that it won't affect PSG that much, and it didn't look like it did at the start of the game, but it will affect the Newcastle lads. They'll be up for it because of these fans, without a doubt. So even if it doesn't affect PSG, it's going to get them galvanised, them Newcastle lads, and they're going to want to play anyway. So yes, it's having a major impact on this game, without a doubt. Also, the second that Newcastle scored that first game, you can imagine that crowd was like, now we can win this game, now we believe. That's definitely added something to it, lads.
And I almost think of it, could it have the kind of impact maybe an Anfield does? I know Anfield obviously has that European history and heritage, but I always think sometimes with these stadiums, like we're saying with a Red Star, you got a Galatasaray where they're like, welcome to hell. Yeah, can that actually almost push them in the Champions League, maybe a little bit of a late run, just through that home form, if that makes sense? Because they're in a tough group. If they can get out of this group, it's like, hold on, we just got out of a group of death. We ain't scared of nobody. With that home crowd behind them as well.
Liverpool, when we won the Champions League, lost every single away game in the group stage. Lost them all, and then went on to win it.
Yeah.
So home stuff can definitely get it. We lost 3-0 to Barcelona, and then they come to our ground and we won 4-0.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the talisman to winning cups. It's all about the heart and the grit, and if your stadium, that 12th man, can give you that, that's the extra thing that's going to get you over the line, without a shadow of a doubt. Yes, but having said that, we've got the question, haven't we? How far do you think these are going to go with this support? Who knows? How can we know that, lads? The comments, what do you think? How far are Newcastle going to go in this Champions League run? Especially after this impressive half that they've had. They haven't won yet. But definitely, lads, if Liverpool can do it, Newcastle definitely can as well, in my opinion.
And we've seen plenty of teams do kind of late runs over the past couple of years. Lyon in the semi-final, RB Leipzig in the semi-final, Spurs get into a final.
Dortmund.
Yeah, so there's been plenty of teams. Even last season, we had AC Milan, Inter Milan final. And a lot of people would have looked at those two like, oh, welcome back to the Champions League. And it's like, semi-finalists, we back.
Yeah.
But one other thing I want to touch on as well is before the game, there was a lot of talk of, the 1v1 duels of Mbappe versus Trippier. He's in huge trouble. Dan Burn versus Dembele. He's in huge trouble.
Get him, Riv.
Well, what do we think so far, lads?
Yeah, I said that. I was the person saying, you're in trouble. To be fair, they've played a little bit of the game, but they haven't done anything really. They haven't scored, they haven't assisted, they haven't really got a look in, they haven't even had a chance. So
I think Dembele's seen a lot of the ball. He's not always done the right things with it, though.
He's been doubled up on. You can see every time Dan Burns one-on-one with him, Tonali or one of the midfielders runs right over and goes, "You're not going anywhere." Yes. And if you do, I'm just going to make you kick it out of nowhere, lad. So that's what's happening with them. They're not getting much joy. This is great tactics, honestly.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe he's looked at this game profusely and went, "I'm winning today with my tactics." Okay, that's what's happening. And so far, he's 1-0 up on the half, lad, 2-0 up.
Yeah, he's more tactic. He's not anymore one-to-one player fighting on the game. He's more, okay, if you got Mbappe, so technically you're gonna make your player to focus on him. You put 2 or 3 players on him. But yeah, that's I knew. If they get Mbappe, they control Mbappe, that's fair. That's the way it works now. But we have Dembele. That's why I'm arguing again. You need to do more because he got more space. He's so more clinical. That's the thing missing on this guy. To be more clinical. If he was clinical, 1-0 already for Paris Saint-Germain.
You feel like you can only double and triple so many players only at a time. Like if you're double and triple teaming Mbappe, that's going to leave Dembele with plenty of space. And you saw that kind of one volley chance that he kind of did get. That's what you're kind of saying he has to be. But I think one thing, that is the other theme I've seen where even though they're doubling and tripling on Mbappe, as soon as Dembele gets the ball as well, if we got the energy, we'll go on the other side as well. We'll double and triple on him as well. So I'll be interested. Are we changing predictions?
We got
from the start. Well, we're already done because we said 2-1 wins. So, I mean, from now, though, what do you feel like? Let me know in the chat what you guys think as well will be the end result for the game. But where you going? Come back. Do you see a comeback?
Comeback. We need to score in the first 15 minutes. We need to score.
Yeah.
The 2-1 and maybe have hope. But if we took 20 minutes, I think it's over. So we're going to lose the game. But 10-15 minutes is going to be...
You'll know, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard one, isn't it? PSG don't have that fight that I would like to see from a big team to win things. Let's come back and win 3-2. I can't just inevitably say that's going to happen. But I can see the quality there. So I reckon it could potentially be 2-2. It could be, lads. I don't think they're going to come back and win. They're definitely not going to win 3-2.
Yeah.
At the first thought when I said 3-2, that was like champagne football. They've scored 2-0. Newcastle are fighting back, and then they just get 3-1, and then Newcastle score one at the 90th minute or something. That's not going to happen. So,
Laurie, where you going?
Right, as you guys know, I predicted a Desmond before, 2-2. You know what? I'm going to stick with my prediction. I'm saying that because I predicted at the start of the game. I think Newcastle should go on and win from here. In fact, I could see them scoring in the second half as well, but it's still 2-0. I do fancy PSG to get on the score sheet, and if they get one early, then I think the Desmond is still on. So yeah, I'm going for 2-2.
No, fairs. A lot of people sending in their predictions as well. Lightning Game says 4-0. So he's expecting Newcastle to double their lead.
Imagine.
Kim RFC says 4-2 Newcastle. Do you remember before the game I was reading the predictions and it was all PSG 3-0s and 4-0s and I was reading through now and Ryan Carver says, I said 5-0 Newcastle. No jokes before the game. I still believe. I didn't see your comment, sir.
And just for Ugo, in case
right, Rilo, though, I did
see
the
word Desmond.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Desmond 2-2.
Yeah.
Right, though, I do remember you did say 3-0. I do definitely remember that. Yes, we will see if that is on. City have conceded, apparently. It is 1-1 in that game. RB Leipzig have pulled it back. 48 minutes in. It's still not popped up for me. But yes, it is 1-1 in that game.
48 minutes in, is that still in the first half or is the second half still
I believe it. I'd like to think the second half was kicked off. Yeah, Luis Openda is the goal scorer who, obviously, big money signing, actually. Speaking of Wahi, who scored 4 Lons last year, he was their big man who got them to the Champions League last year. Now driving RB Leipzig in the Champions League. 1-1 over there. We'll keep you in touch with all the other games as well. Celtic, Lazio is still 1-1 over there as well. Dortmund are still drawing at home with Milan. Newcastle, of course, winning 2-0 over here. Red Star actually had a goal disallowed, so it's still 1-0 against Young Boys.
Oh, okay.
And then RB Leipzig and Man City, of course,
are you not
still
disrespecting them by calling them by their own name?
Who?
Red Star.
Well, that is what they are.
Unless you want me to say
Srevezna Zvezda every time. Like,
I just wanted to hear you say that. Yeah.
I just won't say their name. How about that now? We just won't get any more coverage from Srevezna Zvezda and Young Boys game. How about that? Yeah? Is that what you want?
I wanted to hear you say that again. But listen, man, this is a big half of football.
I'll say
coming up.
I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Let me
You've
know.
heard the phrase, a game of two halves. Will this be a game of two halves?
Aaron for life says 8-0 Newcastle.
8-0,
He said, we're going to treat these PSG boys like they're Sheffield. Yeah? Come to the north, you will get punched.
That's fair. They did just win 8-0 on the weekend, you know.
Yeah.
They won 8-0 on the weekend, on Saturday. Yeah, against Sheffield.
Perfect Extremities, regular in the chat as well. Big up yourself. Says 7-up to Newcastle. Damn.
Nah, it's only Liverpool.
This is gone too much of a landslide the other way now. It's like Blue Moon has gone 5-0. I'm like, yo, come on.
Here we go.
Second half.
Second half has kicked off now. Let's see if Newcastle can hold on to this 2-0 lead or PSG can invoke a magical comeback.
So is that the
That's what
case in the
European
City
nights is
game
all
that they
about.
conceded early in the second half then?
Yeah.
Yep, 48th minute.
It's not a good look for them.
No, it is not. Both the games in Group G currently 1-1.
I'll tell you what, Darren Fletcher looks very different now to his playing days, doesn't he? Have you
Does
seen
he?
him? Have you just seen him?
That's not the same Darren Fletcher.
Fantastic.
You thought the VT
I was
You mix them up with the commentator.
yeah, I was like, he looks.
kill me.
That's why I was like, he looks very different to him, lad.
Look how effortlessly Dembele went past
He's one of the best
Dan Burn there.
1v1s, mate. He is
Seriously.
brilliant at 1v1s. That's why they're double teaming him. Because you can't.
Mbappe looks like he wants to get more involved. He was pretty
does.
quiet in that first half.
He's just being from the right to the left, to the
Yeah.
left to the right. All of that.
Free rolling Mbap.
That's one of the things you've noticed about Mbappe. Often you'll see, am I right in saying this? Often in the first half you won't see much of him, but in the second half it's almost like he says, right, now time to step up.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's like he does the manager's plan at the first half and then goes, right, I'm taking over now, mate, okay?
As you should.
I am the captain now. Yeah, you got to take responsibility. No changes from PSG? Any changes at all?
No.
No.
No changes.
I wonder why he hasn't changed it. He must have, I don't know, they weren't creating many
Both
chances,
teams
to be honest.
coming out the exact same. Lucas Hernandez and Hakimi, of course, on yellow cards as well. So
Has Isaac took his headband
be
off?
careful.
He must be alright. Because he took his headband off. So must have
Yeah,
stopped
I did
bleeding.
say I didn't think the injury was that bad. It was more of a cut.
Tina regular in chat as well says Tyneside is rocking tonight.
Yeah,
4-2
definitely.
to Newcastle. She's going for.
That's 2 for Longstaff. Referee,
Has he had the yellow already?
no,
No.
he didn't get the yellow the first time. So it could be on that totting up thing.
Yeah, he is. The ref's just saying one more, lads, yellow.
PSG sticking to their guns, playing out the back, but Hakimi just running it out of play there unnecessarily.
Can't put your finger
As
on
you
what
said.
Like, PSG, lad, just don't. Give me something, lad. Show me
Yeah.
the power,
I
lad.
think that's what they're trying to find this year, innit? I think games like this, you almost need it to test your character.
Yeah.
I feel like, all right, we're used to being that club who, all right, we heads go down quickly in the Champions League or whatever. But this is the task Luis Enrique has this year. It's like, can you change that around now? Now you're building this young French core. Can you show us something? Look,
Yeah.
won the ball up here. And I think what you said is important as well. Now you're coming out the second half, first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Show me something
Yeah,
completely different to the first half. Show me a killer instinct. Kylian Mbappe now in central areas. We weren't seeing that in the first half.
Do you know what definitely doesn't help them as well? They do run away with the French league every year. And when you're not facing competition, you don't know how to face adversity when it comes at you,
That's a
lads.
good
You just
point.
don't.
That's a
Like
good
Liverpool
point.
and City, the reason why they did well in Europe, in my opinion, is because they had one another that they were competing against in the league. They
battle hard.
Here
Here we go, they're in behind.
Nutmegs to him, Dan Burn. Ooh.
Bro, he's done that. Honestly, I can't tell you how many times Dembele's done that today.
legs are long, man.
agree, but it's over.
No, but what the point you just made is a very good point.
Honestly,
because
it-
they're not battle hardened.
The thing is, I would agree what you say, but it's over 10 years. So now we need to get to. We know the weaknesses. Okay,
that's
we're
good.
not Premier League, we're not Liga,
Yeah, yeah.
we're not Bundesliga. So we need to adjust to be ready when we come to Champions
How do you
League.
do that though? You need experience, you need practical exposure, and you're not getting it because you're not exposed to adversity. And that's what the Premier League's great for. That's why you get a lot of champions of the Premier League. And it's the same way Real Madrid are good still.
Can you not
Because
say
they
that
always had
about City, though?
Barcelona. No, because Liverpool have pushed City for the last 5 years, lad. They definitely have. They have been adversaries and very close
I
competitors.
mean, you could say
City beat us
Lille
twice on
pushed them,
points each.
Monaco pushed
Not really.
them.
Not really.
No, they actually beat them to titles.
Yeah, they did, yeah. But still, you know, it doesn't, the competition.
Was it last year that you won it on the final day, basically?
Yeah,
Was it the final day, was it? Yeah. Fair play.
It's for me. It comes to the club culture. I agree.
I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, I might
but
be being
I think there
disrespectful to
have
the
been
fans.
over the past few seasons a few title races where they've actually run it late, and I'm like, that excuse I don't think should be there.
Yeah.
And in fact, I just think it's their approach and the mentality in the Champions League where I think PSG are almost like City before they won the Champions League. They want to be
become a marketing
European.
Oh, that's a good
premier,
ball.
and that's the problem. Oh, 3-0!
Goalkeeper's error.
Newcastle, and it's the Longstaff. Hometown glory for Longstaff tonight, and it's 3-0 at St James's Park. Donnarumma there beating near post too easily. You feel like Hugo. Talk to me through that.
It's what we just said before is a culture. We miss that culture to be ready. And as I say, it's over 10 years. It's too long to get the mentality. So it's something on the club culture need to be changed.
Yeah.
I agree. You need to be challenging every season, but okay, you accept. Okay, we're not going to be in the Premier League, Premier League. So we need to find a way to
Get
step
that
up.
grit.
Yet have something every season to be get ready because 3-0.
Oh
is
my
not
days.
acceptable.
It's too easy.
Well, look at
Trippier,
it. Where is the
Longstaff,
defender?
easy first time shot, and Donnarumma I just feel like should be doing so much better.
Because
midfielders not tracking runners.
That's what I told you, though, with the rain.
Again, in the end, it's just football. That's just football. It's nothing complicated in the end.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
That's so
That
bad,
is very poor by PSG. That is.
But
so-
my God, what a night for Newcastle. First home game in 20 years. 3-0 up against PSG. I don't know how many people would have predicted this. Maybe Rilo, the only one in the chat who predicted it. Big up yourself, man. But wow, Geordies are loving it at
Big night
rainy
for
St.
them.
James's Park tonight.
Big night for them.
To complete what I say, the big difference between Premier League club and the French league is here the clubs are professional, so everything is set to win.
Yeah.
From the
Sloppy pass there. Sloppy touch, sorry.
No, I think the pass was good. The touch
Yeah.
was sloppy. Yeah.
But exactly what you said, almost you wanted, the opposite has happened. First 15, 20 minutes, show us some life. Is that Kaká next to Luis Enrique?
Yeah, it looked like it really did snap, but it looked like him a lot, lad.
Bro, that looked like Kaká next to Luis Enrique.
25-year-old Kaká.
Yeah, bro, literally.
Now.
Oh, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But no, literally the opposite has happened. You wanted to come out nice and early, and in fact, you've gone and conceded now. And now PSG, I don't know what type of reaction you're going to get.
Game's done. Newcastle have won this game.
I know I was joking about you lot shouldn't be saying 4-0s on 5-0s, but damn, now I'm starting to, this is becoming a little bit concerning now.
Absolutely been incredible, haven't they?
I mean, what do PSG do now? I mean, do they try? Because every time they go forward and lose the ball, they look vulnerable on the counter. So,
like, so vulnerable. So vulnerable. It's mad. I don't know what, like, where is he supposed to pass that ball, lad? This is the press that I was talking about. They choose the moments to press. They're very good at it. They have key moments where they decide, Isaac stops now and the next one comes. There you go. It's a trigger. They're
Give
really
Eddie
good at
Howe
it.
his dues, man. He has these boys well drilled.
He does, lad.
he's quite a cerebral manager, Eddie.
Here we go. Line breaking pass. Can PSG build something here on the left? And Newcastle, like a swarm of flies, man. They are all over you straight away.
Double up on Dembele, which is what they've been doing.
There we go.
Legs.
Geordies are loud in voice. Matty Renton somewhere
That's
there.
a
screaming
granddad's-
his lungs
I've
out.
got to say,
Grandad
Hugo,
grandson.
that
Boss.
nothing's really changed, does it?
No, that's how I
Even
say, yeah.
Enrique's taken over. Nothing, they still look
for
very.
the coach, he need time. But
They look very fragile.
Can you change things overnight? Because
No.
think of it, Arteta was given, 3 years?
Listen.
I'm just saying, process. Right, you know what I'm saying? What, PSG ain't allowed to process
No,
just
but
because they're
we
rich?
spoke about. No, okay, so let's take your team. So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
there was a perceived lack of mindset. And just come in, and already you can see that there's a different mentality running through the team. What I'm saying is, with Luis Enrique, what I'm seeing from this PSG team so far is the same thing that we saw last year.
Yeah.
Very good ballers, but very vulnerable. When they go down, they don't seem to know how to cope.
I just feel
So
like
far, that's
sometimes
what
though,
we're
it's,
seeing.
the players have to take accountability. Sometimes I feel like
absolutely,
it's... I hate doing the easy thing of sometimes blaming the coach, like Marquinhos' pass.
Oh.
What is Luis Enrique supposed to do about that? Runners not being tracked. What is Luis Enrique supposed to do about it? It's the same thing I was saying with like Ten Hag last night. Like, it was a tough situation. Onana passing out of the back. Centre-backs not following their guys. Like, what are managers literally supposed to do about players doing
in reverse?
Things?
Oh, Barcola's coming on.
And that looks like me, to be fair. I thought I was coming on. But I'm like, yeah. Well, looks like I'm coming on for PSG.
That's
Let's
quite a
see
surprise,
if
though.
I can save the day today. We'll see who's coming off, because
PSG,
I imagine it'll be one of the two strikers. Maybe Kylian Mbappe going a little bit more into the number 9 position.
I would have thought they'd have taken a defender off, because, but there you go.
Why is Dan Burn running?
At least I'm going to get a look at Bartola.
Dan Burn is feeling himself tonight,
it's
man.
absolutely
It's
blowing,
Champions
man,
League nights. Dembele, get all the nutmegs you want, mate. I've got my goal.
That's fair. PSG, la.
I did say at the start of this game that I was looking forward to seeing play. I did expect it to be in these circumstances. But
yeah. Gene sends a comment as well, says, thank you, Fuad. It's not always a coach. Same thing about Arsenal last night. Our players had a shocker, except for Jesus, Rice and Saka. Yeah, I do believe it. I think so many times we praise the players and give them all the credit when things are going well. And the manager, yeah, he does get some credit sometimes, but I feel like when things are going bad, it's always so quickly pointed to the managers. And then if you actually look at it, oh my God, Skriniar's in!
Yeah, he's in.
Is that 3-1? And no, it's Lucas Hernandez getting one back, pick the ball up, let's get back on the line. 55 minutes, is this what you want to see, Hugo?
Yeah.
Instant reaction.
of course he wants to see it.
Hey.
What do you mean you don't want him to score?
I don't know, maybe he wants to see more. Give me more!
Can I just say something about the manager chat? Yeah, bro. They're paid millions of pounds, right? Not just for their tactical nous and their footballing knowledge. They're paid because they're talismans, they're leaders, they're managers, lad. That's what their job is to galvanise players, get them to believe in their philosophy and execute it. That's their job. So we can say, yes, the players didn't do it, but that's the manager's job to pick players that are going to. And so if you don't, and you are not able to get them players galvanised and up for it, then that's part of your game that you're missing, in my opinion. And I also think that Ten Hag has a very strict hammer, iron fist type of ruling with his managerial style. And I think that's one of the reasons why his players let him down sometimes. Yeah. Because they just, I think they might be frustrated with him sometimes, lad, or they might be upset.
But I just think, for example, like, people are asking him for, at the moment, like, oh, drop Rashford because he's not playing or whatever. But then the way I see it is like, that 1v1 he had yesterday, and he chose to square it. What can Ten Hag do about that?
Yeah,
I've put you in the best position to be the attacker. So for me, that's where I'm like, can we look at the players before we even get to that? Because
yeah, that's a valid point.
When it's like the system is failing, the team isn't just looking lethargic. That's when I can look at the manager and say, are you saying the right things to these guys, the man management and the tactical side of things?
I mean,
but when I see like individual mishaps and individual mistakes and individual errors, and then we look at the manager and it's like, because I'll be honest with you, United fans are calling for Rashford to be dropped. Okay, who's going to come in? Garnacho. Because I remember when Garnacho started the first 3 games, and it was, Garnacho's too raw. He's not ready. Yeah. We need to protect him.
Look, a bit swag there.
Yeah,
by PSG. There's stuff.
PSG coming on the counter now. Can they double on that? And there's on the left side, Barcola free, gets it in, and Newcastle just recover in time there. Almiron getting back to do the dirty work. Barcola straight away trying to have an impact.
I've been hearing a lot about this guy, and I'm glad that he's come on.
You're saying he's on your radar, yeah?
Well, I've just been hearing a lot about him. I'm sure you've heard a lot about him.
Yeah. I watched a fair bit of him, to be fair, at Lyon last year. BT Sports, Liga.
Anyway, to go back to you do make some good points there, but as I was saying, it's a mentality thing with PSG. It's not an ability thing.
Agree.
So you would have thought that the manager,
hit
there
it!
You go.
Hakimi! Oh, just blocked by Isak in the box.
All of a sudden now they're running for the ball, they've got their tails up. Yeah. No, but so what I'm saying is...
Sorry, tables have turned a little bit in the Young Boy Zvezda game. It's now 2-1 to Young Boys.
It's fantastic.
After having a goal disallowed
the whole Prince thing, formerly known as... Oh, look, this is good. Oh... He fluffed your lines.
He's just fluffed his line a little bit. Recycle that.
Oh, that's
poor ball.
Yeah. So what I was saying on that point is, yes, you're right. The players do have to accept responsibility. However, the manager's one of his first responsibilities is to instill in those players a certain amount of steel and fortitude and organisation and belief. All things that PSG have lacked tonight. It's clear that they have the ability to beat Newcastle in terms of the way they play, the ability they've got. But as soon as they went a goal down tonight, man, heads looked like they were dropping.
Why is Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola so good? Because their personalities galvanise players. Jurgen Klopp, you want to run into the ground for Jurgen Klopp. You want to run into the ground for Pep Guardiola. That's what you want to do. So these managers, in my opinion, are there to do that. That's part of their job description. You're a team leader. That's what you do, lad. The same way the captain is picked off them attributes as well. We picked Jordan Henderson as captain because he galvanised the players, because he run loads.
And that's a good point. And if, as a manager, you come into a club like PSG and you see that there are characters there that don't fit
out.
But that's what he's done. That's what he's done. That's what he's done with the Neymars and the Messi. And Jean even comes back and says, yes, but Laurie, changing the mentality in a team like PSG that's had a systematic problem with it over the years will take time to turn around. And I agree with that. And that's the same thing I agree with Man United as well. Same with Chelsea as well, I'll be honest with you. Like Pochettino, these guys are going to need a year, 2 years, 3 years maybe to really actually get this club
absolutely
under
takes
their
time.
kind of umbrella, if you like. And that's where I feel like the fans, the board, everybody has to buy into the manager and say, you are the guy, we trust you, we know why we brought you here. There's going to be some bumps in the road. As you said, things get worse before they get better. And sometimes you can...
So why hasn't it done that at Spurs?
It will happen at Spurs.
Right now it's been nice and merry for 7 games, mate.
Yeah, because they've had a nice...
Yeah, he's making an immediate impact.
But guess what? We also got knocked out the Carabao Cup.
True, but what I'm saying...
You see? So it's not all merry. That's what I'm saying. And
no, I didn't say... No.
We will have tests that come up where it's like the squad depth will be tested now because Solomon's just gone down injured today for 2-3 months as well. Brennan Johnson's gone down injured as well.
Oh, no, he's not.
Like there will be tests for...
Yeah, there will be.
We're 7 games into his tenure, so that's what I'm saying. These other managers, they might be going through tests a lot early, but a situation like Chelsea where you've had ownership change, an overhaul in the squad, I think that's way worse than kind of what Spurs have had to deal with, to be fair. For us, it's like Harry Kane has left.
The thing that's different with you is...
But if anything, it's good to have this
no
rush because we've got a new manager coming in.
It's why clubs struggle to change cultures is because they've previously had success with that culture, right? So if you look at Chelsea, the way they've built their structure of their club is get a new manager in every 2 years, get a new few £100 players, and then we'll win trophies. And they have. They absolutely have. But that is not sustainable anymore because you don't have an oligarch, whatever, as your owner. I mean, you do have top Doyle, but it's a different structure, so they have to change the culture now. So now it's a new venture, and until they're successful with this new system, they don't trust it quite. So it's difficult to grow into it. It's very difficult, lad. You have to. It is a real saying. Trust the bloody process.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
If you falter for a second, so does everybody else. That's what happens.
Facts.
That's why you need strong team leaders, lad. So it's up to these managers to go, right, who is going to echo my message across this team? You are, lad. You're my captain. You're my vice captain. Get my philosophy across to these lads, okay? Because it's important. That's how we're going to be successful.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do, lad.
Coutinho just getting warmed up for PSG as well.
I like him, lad. I think he's a good little player.
And it's looking like Newcastle are going to make a change. So Elliot Anderson coming on for them. Tina sends in a super chat as well, says, look at all the managerial sackings at United after Sir Alex. All managers sacked after around 18 months, so it's not all just the manager's fault. And I agree with that because I feel like if you keep changing kind of every 2 years, 18, you're never going to have anything consistent. And I think that's kind of where you're seeing the benefit of what Arsenal have at the moment, where they stuck through that second year. I remember after the FA Cup, it got murky. People were calling for Arteta out, but the board didn't waver. The board didn't blink. They said, we're going to back this guy. And in fact, you see this upcoming summer, we're going to give him the full war chest. And we're going to give him the full war chest. And only when things started to turn around did everybody start getting back on board. And I feel like you have to have the patience in those kind of the worst moments to see those out. Because I always think when you hire a manager, there's a reason why you brought this guy in. Don't let the situation, how murky it gets sometimes, almost blind you, if that makes sense. Like I've personally never been like an out guy on managers, but nowadays I just feel like people are so quick to point the finger at the manager and say, because it's the easiest thing to change, let's be honest. It's easier to replace one guy than it is to replace 22 players.
That's why it's easy for you now to have Ange and trust the process, because you've never won the Premier. Well,
Yeah.
you haven't won the Premier League, lad. You haven't won the Champions League.
will.
So them expectations are not there.
Get a load of this
They're
guy.
not there for the new manager to come in and go win us everything like we've already
Yeah.
won. So he gets longer. And same with Liverpool. Liverpool haven't won the league for 30 years, mate. And so when we got Jurgen Klopp in, they went, bro, we've tried everything for 30 years. It's not worked. So
Yeah.
we're going to give you some time with this, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice one, bro. And then we give him 4 years, won the Premier League, lad,
100%.
and
Yeah,
Champions
I would
League.
say you need to give at least 3 years. To
Yeah,
your coach.
I even and also, and if it's an upward trajectory by that third year, give them the fourth,
Sure.
and then that one, because that's what Liverpool did. We came second in the Premier League a few times. We got second in the Europa League. We got second in the Champions League. It was horrible, but we could see an upward trajectory, and we were like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going.
Maybe
And
in
it
League One it's slightly different, but I would say that 3 years for a manager in the Premier League, that's a lot, bro.
It is.
You don't tend to
It
get.
is. But you
don't
need
tend to get
this.
3 years in the
That's
Premier
the
League.
only reason why Arteta has been able to stay in, because he, even though he was coasting a little bit, not coasting, but he was straight line yet steady. He won an FA Cup, yeah. So it bulked him up a little bit, and he got that little bit of success. So you go, okay, there's a winning team here. Let's give.
I
him
mean,
some more
don't
time.
underestimate how much that FA Cup was important in Mikel Arteta's
That's exactly what
tenure
I
at
just
the
said.
club.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like
Because-
the reason he's still
yeah,
there
yeah,
is because he
yeah.
won a trophy. You have to.
But that's what I'm saying. You have that initial reason why you bring a manager in
The
and
thing
why you
is,
trust him.
You took United at Arsenal. They get both coach for over almost 2 decades. So when you make the big change,
Huge.
I'm also Arsenal fan because I'm living in London. I was not straight out because Wenger left. I say it would take time. So fans need to be accept. Maybe you're gonna be on top 4 for three seasons.
Yeah.
Because you got to coach for over 2 decades. So it's a big.
Yeah, oh my God.
anyone
Elliot
watching
Anderson
this?
is dancing.
Oh my God.
And Marquinhos just puts an end to it. My
Overplayed
God.
though, overplayed.
He did. He done a
overplayed.
PSG on PSG.
And now PSG are on the attack.
Can they give us something? Barcola here on the left of Mbappe. Gives it back to Barcola. Barcola gives it back to Mbappe. He gives
look
it
at this.
inside. PSG just probing on the
He's
edge
definitely
here.
made
Can
a
they come up
difference
with
since he's
something
come on,
here?
this young lad. He's definitely made it.
That low block there is difficult to
Here
break
he goes
down.
again.
Big lads.
the
man.
Eddie
Looks
Howe
confident.
Look at that.
Go wide. No, he wants to go through the
I like
middle.
Vitinha, you know, I like his style. I do, lad. I like the way he plays football.
Plays like you,
Do you, know,
innit?
do you get what I mean? Like them players that you just like, you like the look of, lad.
Yeah.
I like the way you do it. Eye test, great.
I tell you what, this is going to be a good game. I could see more goals in this game. Where did he book Dembele for?
Don't know. Maybe that's
Dembele's going to take the corner now.
with what foot?
Let's have a look. Right or left? Where you going?
Yeah, it looks right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short one to the edge. Zaire Emery
Oh.
whip to the back post. Newcastle just able to get it out of the way.
There's definitely more goals in this game, bro. Definitely.
It's been a
I
good game
can't
to watch.
see 23 minutes surpassing without another goal in this game.
If it ends 3-2, perfect. I mean, not for you.
Newcastle could well score again. We know that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just going
PSG
back to that
have quite-
conversation, Mr. Wavy says that is Klopp. Eric Ten Hag is not Klopp.
Yeah, I know
look,
that, lad.
but the thing is, look, with Ten Hag, what you got to understand is when United got him, they knew what they were getting. A coach who was in a perfect system in terms of he's got a director of football, he's got one of the greatest academy lines coming through, constant young prospects being signed. So it's almost like
And that is the culture you want.
Your own job, your only job is to just deal with the tactics on the pitch. It's very easy when it's like that. You've come into Man United where no director of football, squad needs an overhaul, culture absolutely stinks.
Owners might
and
change.
Owners might change, and basically they've put the club up for sale after your first season publicly. And within that, you've also got the Cristiano drama, you've got the Anthony drama that's going on at the moment, the Sancho drama, and I'm like, all of this, and there's no like patience being given. It's you've hit almost like what I feel like is your first rough patch period, because last season was like a nice, we're finishing top 4, we got our domestic cup, and all of a sudden now it's Ten Hag out.
It's a bumpy ride for him. man.
He's in.
Oh my God!
He's
Colin
got to
White,
score.
Is it Dembele?
Oh, he fluffed his lines. And what you said there about his end product is absolutely played out. Why did he not score that? A player of his ability, that has got to be a goal.
Wow.
He did
Big
all the hard
chance for
work.
PSG. Big chance.
Was
for
he
PSG.
offside?
No,
he
he was
wasn't.
onside.
Jamie
Miles.
playing a
Great ball, that, by the way.
lovely ball over
Brilliant first touch.
First touch as well.
And
right foot, and he just doesn't even get it on target. The studs of Dan Burn, he could hear them.
No, that was Lascelles.
Yeah, Lascelles came across afterwards, but he could hear
his feet.
The 7 foot thudding.
He couldn't get his feet.
No, but you know what? I'm not being funny, man. There's no excuse for that. He didn't even hit the target.
You could
That's
see
poor.
he could not get his feet set. He was running so quick. He couldn't.
No,
set
but he
his
did
feet
everything
to the
right though.
Yeah.
Previously.
It was
By the way, guys, make sure you're liking the stream as well.
Oh,
Over
what's
1,200 of you. Anthony Gordon getting a yellow card here, but make sure you're liking the stream. Let's get the likes up. Let's see if we can get to about 1,000 before the end of the stream. But yeah, there's over 1,200 of you. So if each and every one of you hits like, we're nearly there. But
yes, please.
Yes, help us, please. Algorithm, you know.
Oh, why did he get?
Help us, help you, help
he
us.
He took him out afterwards. Look at that. He got the ball, but he
Dunno,
died
man.
for
I
trailing
think that's a
leg.
bit harsh, bro.
The
Harsh that one.
trailing leg.
It's not,
He
the,
says
it's
it
not
a
like a Curtis Jones one, is it?
Yeah, that one was an orange card. Bro, I can take that one.
I think that's a bit harsh. To be honest.
The Jones card, yeah, I can accept that one. Yeah, I can't accept the
Yeah.
offside, lad. I can never
I
accept that.
said the offside and the first Jota yellow.
That was
I
not
can
a
hear
yellow,
it.
bro.
I can hear it. But the thing is I can hear why it's a yellow too. Because
No.
the contact is there.
But then this is the like, and also Jota, you're a divvy lad for doing the second.
The second
That
one.
is your fault.
That's your
fault.
yeah. And I feel like he's getting away with murder
But
because of the
also,
incident.
be a bit lenient, referee. Like, if that's a yellow, what?
Do you
Everything's
know
a
what
yellow.
it is? Is the clip on the first yellow? It's because he did a foul just before that,
Yeah, I know.
and he
But then-
didn't give that. That
I
was
think
almost like
you need
your
three of
first
them.
warning.
You need three of them little
I don't
ones.
know.
And even so, the second one wasn't a foul, bro. It like, oh my god.
Yeah, he
If
literally
anything
was-
touched Jota. It was a stud.
His stride.
You know
He
what I
felt
mean?
Jota and went, "Oh, I could go down here."
He run across. Yeah, mad lads.
Almiron
thought the
coming off
Curtis
now
Jones was
for
definitely
Jacob
a red.
Murphy.
Yeah, I can see that one. But also, do you know, for me, it wasn't just that, lad. It was the little things, throw-ins, corners. Everything was going the wrong way, lad. It was bounce off your player and he'd give it a throw-in to use, and I'd be like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Look, that was the major thing for me, lad. Definitely the offside, but just all the little decisions. But I was just like, why is this happening?
It's just sometimes it's just not your day. Is
You should have seen me in this studio, lad.
No. I
couldn't
was
fathom it.
really glad I wasn't doing the.
I was next to
fathom
him,
it, lads.
I could feel his energy.
I couldn't, like, I was glowing with rage, lads.
I was seeing Alex talking about smashing up the studio and so I was like, yeah, man, I'm glad I'm not there
I
today.
couldn't believe it, lad.
I'll tell you what.
I was a night
It
town
was one of the.
screaming the
I'm
walls
not
down.
just saying this because Liverpool, lad. It was genuinely one of the worst officiated matches I've ever seen, ever. Like it was. I was like, and I literally couldn't. My brain was in a spin, lad. I left, yeah, and I couldn't say the right words. I was doing the after game interviews, and the right words were not coming out my face, lad, because they just wouldn't. Because I was just like, but that was a goal. That was onside.
Poetic stuff, man.
Brain, lad.
Listen, the clips are all out there if you guys want to go and check them on the DR Sports channel as well.
Have a laugh at me because it's definitely
listen,
funny.
Everybody's paying sometimes somebody else's joy. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
that's
hey,
what we
go
do,
and
lad.
enjoy it. Big up Garbo Saunton sending the super chat as well. He says, Doyle, you are a legend.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, man,
Thank you.
appreciate everyone getting involved in the chat all day today as well.
That became a through ball then, lad.
Wow. Newcastle really don't want to play it too risky here, and they've been caught at the back here. Musa Dembele, not Musa, sorry, Usman.
Usman Dembele. He's got a World Cup, him. Mad.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
72% possession for PSG.
Doesn't have Champions League though, does he?
My God, still 0-0 in that Dortmund-Milan game.
I mean,
I'm
bro,
really glad.
Milan suck the life out of games, lad. That's
Yeah.
what they do. Not in the Italian league for some reason, but in the Champions
back-to-back
League they do.
0-0 draws for them in the group stage to start. Celtic still 1-1 in their game. Young Boys still leading 2-1 in theirs as well. And Man City still drawing away in Germany tonight.
Wow, they're still drawing, yeah. I forgot about that one.
10 minutes to go in pretty much all those games.
That was
15
so
in
cool.
Young
That
Boys
was.
one, but we'll keep an eye on all of them and keep you coming with the latest.
It's those unforced errors that have done for
Yeah, it is.
PSG.
It's
a
that
lot,
spot,
a lot
isn't
of
it?
the stuff that's happened
Like,
has
you're
been
a
their own
quality
fault.
footballer. Why are you doing that? I don't get it.
It's a straightforward pass.
Yeah, I don't get it, lad.
You can't pass 6
Oh,
yards.
we
yes.
could all do that
Sorry,
pass.
I did forget as well. Barcelona are playing as well.
Yeah, they win
are
1-0,
winning
aren't they?
1-0, yeah. Sure, it's just because they're right at the bottom after the earlier game in their group finished earlier. The Antwerp Shakhtar winning 3-2 in that one.
We're playing.
Oh, and we have a goal. Celtic have taken the lead.
Good on them.
2-1 in their game.
Bro,
Damn.
the only I'm not disrespecting Celtic.
Park.
I'm not, right? I'm really
Must
not.
be rocking.
But the only victory I remember of Celtic in the Champions League ever, genuinely ever,
You don't
is the
what?
Barcelona. The only victory I remember of Celtic in the Champions League ever is the Barcelona one.
11%
Yeah,
possession.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't remember another victory ever, you know. And I'm not disrespecting your team. I can't remember one. Can you?
I'm sure I could if I digged hard enough.
I
Or if-
Certainly that's
if
the
you showed me
most
some
famous
highlights,
one.
I'm sure I
I
would
bet
see
he won
them.
the first game in the match day one.
I'm
I
sure
bet
there's
he won
some
it.
group stage games we've seen him.
Right, just there.
Versus
You see what I'm
Benfica
talking
or
about?
something.
Decision making. He took so long to make the pass.
Yeah, that's gone
He got
then.
closed down.
Yeah, that's what happens.
This is poor, bro.
I do think the rain comes into play with that as well. I think sometimes when you haven't got that touch that you want on the ball, you take the extra touch to try and get it steady.
Mbappe's
Last
been
15 minutes in this game, can PSG find a way to equalise this? Dan Burn just lumping it there, said, have it! And he wins the throw-in as well.
Legs
Genius.
probably this long. It's huge, lad. He's a huge
He's
man.
had a good game, actually.
Yeah, man.
Scored a goal.
Listen, I
you know what?
told them. They laughed at me when I said Dan Burn can handle Dembele.
Does it rain a lot in Paris?
No.
No. Do you know what? You can tell. And I'm telling you why, right? A lot of the through balls that your lads are doing are just overhit. And the reason why they're overhit is because the ball travels much faster when it's wet. So much faster. Like, they just keep overhitting everything, lad. It would be a good ball if you just took a little bit of weight out of it. The ball travels much better in the rain.
I think regardless of what happens tonight, I think it's fair. So I'm sorry I'm going to have to say this, Hugo, but
Go ahead, yeah.
I can't see you guys coming anywhere near winning this trophy this season.
No.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, I know it's only one game I've seen, but it's just too many. You just look frail, man.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you look frail.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon could win it this year, lads? We're going to say City again? Is that what we're going for? Because Bayern they haven't got it for me neither.
City, Bayern, Madrid. I think.
Oh, this is good. Oh, he overplayed again.
He just needed to take a touch himself there. And
Yeah, like, come on, bro. You're
on the
3-1
inside.
down.
Yeah, it's it, lad.
Take some responsibility. You're a Hollywood pass there. Come on, you do that when you're 3-1 up, not when you're 3-1 down.
Yeah. In Liverpool, we've got our Europa League game tomorrow, the illustrious Europa League.
You looking forward to that?
Oh, great save.
That's better.
That
though.
was good. That
That's
was
it.
good from them.
Just
though.
strike, lads.
See, they've got the ability, but it just...
Yeah, you said to Fuad earlier, does he feel like he's missing out on the Champions League? I do. I miss the Champions League. I love the Champions League, lad. I'm a Scouser. Liverpool are
Look at
royalty
that.
in that sort of competition.
Done Dan Burn there. Your boy
Smoking,
Dan Burn was
Hey, it's all right, man.
But because
nearly got mean.
You get one chance like that every once in a while.
I'll tell you, if that
Can you
goes-
finish though?
No.
Can you finish your dinner?
Bro, I told you.
Please?
I told you that. No end product. Yeah, so because Liverpool have Europa League, yeah, I don't feel like I'm missing out that much because Liverpool have a great shout
yeah.
of winning that. Do you reckon we could win that? Who else is in there that could possibly win
What, the Europa League? Yeah, you guys have to be the favourites.
Unless Sevilla drop out into it, like then it's over. innit?
Yeah, then it's like the Infinity Stones.
Yeah,
Thanos
The
has
thing
arrived.
is, you say
you know,
that now, but
you know who I've got as a dark horse? Rennes. From the French league.
Rennes.
Yeah, bruv.
Rennes.
Stade Rennes. Go and look at their young squad, bruv. They got some talent up in that. That's where Doku come from as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Martin Terrier will be back soon as well. Listen.
You like the French league, innit?
Oh, I love it.
Why?
Every Sunday I'm sat there. Well, it's on TV all the time, innit? So I'm just like...
I'll tell you what I've
why not?
noticed about the French league, and me and Robbie...
French league and Serie A are like... Serie A is almost like I grew up on it, and French league, I think because I love the Monaco 03-04 team.
Yeah.
I fell in love with that team.
Morientes
I swear to
and
you.
that lad.
So I always kept a track on the French league after that. I was like, who's going to be the next Monaco?
Oh, look,
I remember
that's interesting.
Bordeaux in 2008. I thought they were going to be
They
it.
got the overlap.
Oh,
Play him
PSG
in.
coming in.
Cross it. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
his lines.
Yeah, Dembele.
No, that was a good ball. Mbappe weren't on it,
Nah,
bro.
I think that was a bad ball.
No, I don't think so, bro. I think Mbappe fluffed
I'm
his
looking at
lines.
it. You've got Roma in there as well. Roma, Leverkusen.
What can he do now?
We could beat them, lads.
Oh, Dan Burns got the better of him there.
This Liverpool
Villarreal.
team, lad, that's currently...
Yeah,
that we have.
Liverpool should win that.
Our rebuild is definitely unbalanced, lad, but it's not a bad team.
And I'll be honest with you, I
definitely not a
think
bad team.
Klopp needs to win that back for some redemption for that first season.
I said
Yeah.
that. Just to
Yeah.
get like where it all starts
Yeah,
again,
bro.
with the rebuild.
Alberto
and this
Moreno.
time we get it.
Moreno?
It's a fairy tale,
Yeah,
lad.
we ain't forget.
Do you remember Danny Sturridge's goal in that final, lad? Bro.
No.
Like an outside the boot from the corner of the
Oh,
box, lad.
yeah.
You telling me Mbappe couldn't have got there?
No.
No. It's got to be a better pass.
It does. And it's
Dembele.
bobbly.
Ah, that is a decent
Dembele, we
pass.
want more. Big up Garbo Staunton
disagree.
getting
He
involved
should have
again.
got
He
there.
says, Doyle,
Yeah, mate.
Jimmy Traore has a Champions League. Now that is mad.
That is mad. And he's a legend in Liverpool for that, lad. You know, he's a legend for it, lad.
I feel so sorry for Jimmy Traore, because whenever people are bringing up, like,
We love him,
they try and bring up someone useless, if you like, who's won the Champions
Bro,
League. Jimmy Traore has one. Hey, he's got a goal.
Yeah,
he's got a goal in the
Smeets
final.
scored,
Respect
lad.
him.
I remember, like,
And it's a banger as well.
I remember being 12 years old watching that, going, "Don't shoot, lad. Why are you shooting?" And it went in.
We have a goal.
Who was it, lad?
It's gone to Man City. 2-1 over there. They've taken the lead.
whispered it.
They've taken the lead.
Oh, thou who shall not be named, lad, innit? Man City.
Manchester City.
Who scored?
The goal scorer is... Bear with me one second, let
Erling
me just get
Haaland.
it. You know what? He is overdue one of them. I can't lie to you. So at the moment, it's not popping up, but I shall let you know as soon as I do.
I don't think that was a foul at
Nor
all.
do I. That was poor.
That was a body roll, lad. That was great. That's the right... What the hell?
That was poor by the ref. What
Oh,
did
no.
it-
Maybe it is.
Nah.
It'd be different if he didn't catch his legs, if he gets his body onto him and then rolls him, but he got his
I
legs
think
first.
Gamara's played for that and he got it. I think the referee's been sold one there.
Yeah, some of the Brazilians.
Going back to the French league, this is something that myself and Robbie discussed today, and we were saying, and maybe Hugo could offer something on this. I think pound for pound, they produce the best young players in Europe in France.
Now,
Yeah, of
I
course
think
they do,
in
yeah.
terms of, that's what their brand is.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
League
why
of
the
Talents. I think they call themselves anyway. But
That's why it's
I think
crazy.
in
Although
terms
the
of-
league isn't strong.
in terms of translating to the Premier League as well, I think it's physically the most up there with the Premier League.
No, Bundesliga. Bundesliga's tough, lad.
Bundesliga is ass.
Nah, it's
in
tough.
terms of physically, I don't think so. I think Bundesliga emphasizes so much on attacking football, high
Whoa.
lines, high tempo games that a lot of the times in the Premier League you don't get that. It's a lot of end-to-end football, and I feel like in France you get that. You get the big.
But do you agree
physical-
with what me and Robbie were saying?
Where do you think every defensive midfielder, where everybody goes defensive midfield shopping?
Yeah,
They go France, bruv.
So you
Where
do
did you go
agree?
to get Fabinho? France, bruv.
So
Like-
you do agree then?
Yeah,
Pound for
I
pound,
fully agree. I've
yeah.
always said, like, if you're gonna sign someone for the Premier League and you want talents, go French league because
Yeah,
you're gonna
or-
get young
or-
talents and you're gonna get guys who are physically ready straight
Also,
away.
bro, like we are talking about the French league, and I sort of agree with you. I do, yeah, I do.
But
also,
but-
let's go to South America, bro. Like the Brazilian league and
Do you know
all
what
them
it is?
leagues there, bro.
Sometimes
they
the
feed.
adaptation is
I
harder.
agree, lad, but they produce some of the best footballers you've ever seen.
Fully agree.
Without a doubt. Like
But-
even in
For me, do you know what the problem is with Brazilians? There's always the risk of I'm only gonna get a 4-year peak.
yeah, of course, lad. That's all.
I've
you're
got
gonna-
4 years
And at
where this
32,
guy's
lad-
gonna give you the best,
Yeah, yeah.
then he's gonna start hitting the
At
clubs.
32 years of age, lad, he's going to get partying, lad. That's what's going to happen. But then 4 years, he'll be the best you've ever seen. lad.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, the culture.
Yeah, listen, I don't blame it. And those 4 years are going to be the
Portuguese
best
league as
4
well.
years you ever see. Trust
Bro,
me.
Portuguese league is the exact same. Portugal league, you buy so many good. Bro, Cristiano Ronaldo
Portuguese
came
league for
from there.
me is a bit like the Dutch league. It can be really great or it can be really shit.
Yeah, we buy a lot of good players
Well,
from
look,
the Dutch league.
Barcola's in.
Oh,
Good tackle there by Lascelles.
Great
Lascelles had a
recovery.
good
Lascelles-
game in
He
it.
has, to be fair to
Very
him.
good game.
Held himself.
definitely. Put
Yeah,
some
he has.
respect
By
on his name, man.
contrast,
Hey,
the
big
main
up-
man
Big
has
up
been
Garbo
poor.
as well, man. Sends a hat trick of super
needs
chats
to do
now.
something
He
quick.
says, Doyle.
What the hell happened then? Did you see that?
No,
We stood him down.
I was trying to read the super chat. Garbo says, Doyle. Liverpool versus Man United Europa League final in the Aviva Stadium.
Oh, imagine.
You heard it here first.
Imagine that. We've only ever played each other in Europe once, I'll have you, yeah. And Liverpool won that tie. We went to
Fairs,
Old Trafford and
fairs.
Philip Coutinho chipped the hair, lad, after running down the wing from it. But yeah, that would be, imagine that, lad.
That would be poetic.
And the way
I can't
football's
lie.
going, it's probably going to happen because they decide what happens, so.
I can't.
Oh, that's that boy.
There he is, Barcola. 1v1 on the wing.
Oh, look.
Aye. Just doesn't come off for him there. Guys, we're nearly up to 400 likes on the video. Can we end it on 500? Let's get the likes up. And there's another super chat just coming from Killer Ice Lollies. He's got an Arsenal logo.
Don't want one of them, lads.
So
Oh, thank you.
he says, Fuad, you make a great presenter. Well done, fella. Considering you're an Arsenal fan, I really appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Oh, I thought he was saying that to you then.
Yeah, he was. Nice guy. Nice guy. I like it when they're nice to me. Sometimes they're mean.
I mean, a lot of the time we'd be getting, yeah.
Hugo,
man,
do
we
you agree
appreciate
that
y'all. We appreciate
Mbappe's
y'all.
not performed tonight? He's not really, has he? He's had a couple of little nice
He
touches.
couldn't do better,
comes
but it's
Isak.
more team.
Oh!
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been disappointing, man.
he's
He's
always-
been disappointing.
I think it was 2 years ago. He holding the team like against Bayern Munich and Barcelona, but usually he will need all team play together to you can see how he gonna perform well. I find it's not fair sometimes to ask him too much.
Yeah,
when,
I mean,
when you see the whole team not perform as you should.
Yeah. To be honest with you, Dembele is the one that's had most of the ball in this game, lad. He's had more of the ball than any other player on this pitch, lad, and he's not really done with it. He's had 2 of the best chances of the game. He's had 2 of the best chances of the game. He's really put about 25 loose passes into the box.
Yeah.
He hasn't really done it. He's been great 1-1 when we know that. He beats the man every time. Oh, it's corner.
What's the referee? Come on, man.
This is what it was like for Liverpool and Spurs. Everything was like that.
All right, man. We've moved 4 days past that game now. Can we just let it slide?
Just so you know, bro, I have trauma. I will never get over that. Genuinely, I've got trauma over referees now, lad.
Hey, listen, if you think he was bad, you should have sat next to Alex.
Alex,
God, I thought he was going to start crying.
I was watching him cry on, was it the Monday round?
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, man. Alex, chill.
If you're watching Alex, bitch made. That's you.
Oh my God.
You.
Those are fighting words. No, he's going to pull up to the studio on smoke tomorrow.
No, Laurie, I'm going to literally find this clip myself after this stream, clip it from
No,
him.
but I
and just
actually
send it
said
to
pretty
him.
much that to him on the night. I was
Keep
like,
going,
yo.
Laurie, keep going. Keep
Oh
going.
my God,
Mbappe's
don't
in.
kill me.
Can he
Mbappe over here on the left. Can he get something off? Body's on the line.
Bash.
Vitinha!
He let me
No
down there, lads.
chance.
I've been
No
hyping
chance.
you up, son. Would you go goatee in that?
Big up Annalise.
Do you not think, Hugo, that the manager should have changed tactics and put Mbappe through the middle? Because he's been out there on the left and on the right. He's had
Mbappe FC, man.
Huh?
It's Mbappe FC.
No, but I mean, he's the best player in the world, man. Try something different.
But he's also the manager, so maybe he said he wanted to stay there, lad.
Yeah, I think.
No, but you got to vary your tactics when things ain't going your way.
Yeah, great. I think it should have been Fatina coming
Because
on.
we know he can play through the middle. It's not like he can't do it.
Yeah, of course. You can play anywhere.
They've got Barcola on there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
lad. Yeah.
Put him out on the wing.
But
I
then-
think it's a wings issue on that game. It's not Mbappe. I think we don't perform enough on the wing side, so Mbappe is quite stuck.
I think you set up wrong. That's what I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they've been set.
Coming with
wrong,
4 attackers was not the right thing.
No.
You should have grew into the game. If you just went to go down, then bring the 4 attackers on. But you didn't respect Newcastle, lad, and they showed you lots of respect.
Yeah.
That's why they've been doubling up on your men and stuff.
Had another goal elsewhere as well. Red Star have equalised. It's 2-2 in that game. Goals galore.
Brev.
To be fair, we did say that all of us agreed there'd be goals in this game.
Group
which there
stage
has
is always
been.
like this. It's
3-1.
beautiful. The group
Yeah.
stage, the start of it, is like,
Yeah.
goals everywhere. And
There
boss
are
ones.
there are some nights though where you do get the
Yeah.
snooze fest. I remember
you're
there was
playing
one
Milan.
game week last year. Oh, I was there, multi-screen set up, thinking, yeah.
Doku's
I nearly
just
fell
scored.
asleep.
3-1.
22.
Oh,
Man City 3-1.
my boy, Jeremy Doku, man.
Bro, I
real
went-
player
I
there.
saw
man.
him play for Belgium
Real
in the
player.
Euros, and I was like, bro, you know what? He's
You know
brilliant.
what? I remember at the Euros was when he like burst onto everyone's eyesight. If you like, and it was like, who is this freak?
Doku.
And-
He's the Belgian
Wow.
lad, is he?
Yeah,
Yeah. Supreme, man.
very good player.
Yeah, I went to your ground, Spurs' ground, last year for Tottenham v AC Milan. Your goalkeeper, so one of my mates knows Harry Whitman, your third choice goalkeeper or
Yeah.
something. Give us tickets for like the VIP section and that. It was dead cool, bro. We got
Sick.
all the cool food and that.
Yeah.
Boss. And like this great area, drinks, all that. Sat down, lovely seats, lad. I was like, yes, Champions League game. Nice seat, bro.
0-0.
I couldn't believe it. The best thing I've seen was Liao do a step over or something, lad. I was like, oh my god.
I remember that first leg was awful, man.
They're like, this is horrible, this, lad.
Stunk, yeah.
Yeah, it was crap. Very, very boring. And it was lashing down. And I brought all my coat with me and my gloves because I knew I was just going to be sat there like, this is fun. Milan do that to games.
Oh, look.
They're throwing bodies forward now.
Mbappe!
Kylian Mbappe on the edge.
Oh!
Can he get something? No, body's in the way. He's still got it. Ah, and a foul has been given to Newcastle, man. I wonder how much time they're going to add on at the end here.
The amount of literally people like jumped in front of him and that.
Do you think Mbappe has a point there that my man played for that?
Yeah, of course. It's got Andy Gordon, mate. He plays for Everton. Oh, you cheeky boy.
He definitely
That was
fell over
so
there.
bad.
Yeah, he definitely fell over there. Final whistle has gone in the Man City game as well. It's finished 3-1 over there. Barcelona are now down to 10 men in their game as well. Final minutes in that one. Just approaching the end here, 89th minute. I imagine there'll be a fair whack of added time added on here as well. Can Newcastle finish out their first home game back in the Champions League? 3-1 versus PSG. I think a lot of people were kind of predicting the other way round, 3-1 PSG.
Fairy tale stuff for Newcastle.
Fair play to Newcastle, man. They've really turned up tonight and delivered the goods.
Oh! Damn.
Celtic.
Damn.
Dortmund Milan has also finished 0-0 on the
Celtic.
night. And Celtic have gone down, it seems, in their game late on.
95th minute, lad.
Pedro, former Chelsea and Barcelona player, assisted by Matteo Guendouzi. Yeah.
He's still playing football.
2-1 in that game.
Oh,
Lazio take the lead, yeah. When he left, what's his name, Chelsea, that's where he went. He went
How
Lazio.
old's this Donny, lad?
He went Roma first, if I'm not mistaken, as well, actually, which is kind
Pedro
of funny.
is that old?
Yeah.
What?
Old boy Pedro's still knocking around, man.
How old's that mofo, lad? How old?
He's 36 years old at the moment,
fair
yeah.
play. They always do this, lad, in the Italian league, lad.
Yeah,
You get like
crazy.
proper old players in there.
Because the pace of the game is so much
My
slower.
God, we were talking about the Celtic Park atmosphere. That is very frustrating considering they had a goal disallowed earlier as well.
As they
Lewis
say.
Palmer's goal, but 2-1 to Lazio. And Celtic obviously have a great
Shoot.
record at Celtic Park. Oh my God! Fabian Shaw, take a bow!
Can someone clip, right? I said today, Shah, I literally said in the stream, Shah has a belter shot on him, lad.
Yeah.
And it went in.
Yeah.
That's a great
Look
goal.
at that. Top bins is what they call that one. Dig that one out, Donnarumma.
Well,
Dig that one out.
we did say before the game, there were a lot of goals in this match, and look at Luis Enrique.
Wow.
Scratch my eyes.
Wow.
And look at this scoreline, like, because I can't believe it. Like, well, what I'm looking at. 4-1 to Newcastle against PSG, lad.
Kylian
Wow.
Mbappe can't believe it.
Hugo, how are you feeling?
Nothing to say. So.
Ashamed, I would have
Yeah.
thought. Give the ball away again here.
Sloppy. And that is
Again.
just simple
Bash.
layoff by Jacob Murphy. First time hit by Fabian Shaw. That is incredible technique.
Yeah,
and that's
boss.
not the first time he's done that.
No,
He's
it's
done
not.
that before.
Loads. Yeah.
No,
His eyes lit up.
He's a spirit. He believes what we're doing. Even
He's even
Yeah,
slipping.
slipping.
You know when you just know things are going to go your way? I can slip, take the
Could
shot.
Donnarumma have done better there?
No.
No?
That was a good shot, that.
Yeah.
Some goals, when a goal is just incredibly hit, sometimes
Nothing
you
you
just
can
have to
do.
say, you
Man
know what?
United, the one yesterday
Fairs.
against Man United, it literally went miles outside the post and come right back
Fairs.
in, lad. Beautiful.
Fair play to Newcastle, man. It's a great
What a
result for them.
madness.
That's a great result for them.
None
It's
of us
good
here.
result for the Premier League as well.
Not
Yeah.
a single one of us here said this. No one.
Maybe it is a Farmers League, eh?
You're a bad man.
I'm just trolling.
How big's that flag, lads?
What a goal, man. The
Hey.
chat is going crazy. Look at war flags. They're all waving now. I imagine the
I'll
voices
tell you what
are
as
being
well,
sung
after the
loud.
game today, not just the result, the way the game has panned out, I would imagine Newcastle will fancy themselves to get a result at your place too.
Yeah, Paris.
Because, you know...
Who you talking to? Me?
No,
Oh my God, leave me out of this, man. I ain't involved in
Yeah,
this.
you're very much
I'm just
out
here
of
to enjoy tonight, man.
You're-
I'm just here for fun.
No, what I'm saying is the manner in which
It'll
they've
give
won
them
today.
confidence, yeah.
Yeah.
It's similar like Galatasaray.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't expect to go to Old Trafford, I'm sure, thinking, if we lose that one, we can at least bring them back to our place. They went there and made a game of it, deserved their win yesterday, and it's like, all right, come back to our place
Go
now.
back to
And
Oro,
I'm
so-
sorry, they went to the San Siro, locked up Milan to a 0-0 draw. Now you go up against PSG, you batter them 4-1. Yeah, that's an incredible start to a Champions League campaign, in my opinion.
Whoa, what's just happened?
Free kick.
Uh-oh.
You give a free kick to PSG,
Yeah.
even though the line.
And I think they've played Mbappe really well tonight as well.
Yeah.
They've got close to him, not allowed him any room. As soon as he's got the ball, there's been 2-3 men around
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
It's risky.
Very good tactics by Eddie.
Guys, over 1,300 of you here as we're into the final minutes. Almost up to 500 likes as well. Keep smashing that like button till the end of the stream. We would appreciate it very, very much. Kylian Mbappe here on the right side. Minute and a half left in this final game. Can they leave with something? And it's no. Newcastle snuffed that out. It's finished at Celtic Park, by the way. 2-1. Lazio take the win there as well.
They'll be gutted themselves.
Yeah, they'll be
Man of the match
over there.
Man of the match.
Barcelona has also finished 1-0 over there. Walking away from the drag-out with 3 points is never easy as well. Man of the match today.
I know you're going.
Dan Bain, lad.
Yeah.
It's Dan Bain.
I was gonna wait for some names to be rolled out, and I'd be like, no, it's Dan Burn. The big dog.
Maybe Lascelles as well has had another phenomenal, great game.
But Dan Burn scored as well.
I'm going to give that whole back line. Because Kieran Trippier dealing with Mbappe as well weren't easy. I think the midfield in front of them doing a job protecting them as well. So this is one of those ones I don't even want to give an individual man of the match. The whole defence deserves it, in my opinion. Because PSG, I'm sorry, everybody was talking about their attack, their 1v1s, Dembele's coming, Mbappe's coming, they got 2 strikers playing today. Zaire Emery's the greatest wonder kid we've ever seen. Shut up.
Yeah, it's dead.
And hold this.
They absolutely got smoked.
Welcome to Newcastle. This is St. James's Park.
Howie
the tune! Listen, if you've enjoyed the stream, make sure you like, make sure you're subscribed as well. We should be having more watch-alongs coming in the Champions League as they come.
It's always
the weekend as well. I believe we will have a watch-along for the big game as well. Arsenal v Man City. Make sure you're tuning in for that. Sunday, 4 o'clock. Saturday football show, of course, on Saturday as well. We will be here, me and AGT. Make sure you're joining us for that as well.
It's probably the best result in his career, isn't it, Eddie?
Listen, Eddie Howe is living in dreamland, but I imagine Jason Tyndall is dreaming even bigger. Longstaff, great night today as well.
Good guy.
Proving why he deserves to be on that team sheet. Started many games ahead of Willock so far this season, and he's earned his place. Miguel Almiron scoring a banger on the weekend and continuing it with another, and that's game done tonight. Mission accomplished for Newcastle. First home game back in 20 years, and they have battered PSG 4-1. Hugo, talk to me about your feelings after that, man. A little bit quiet there in the second half as well.
The issue is always the way we're losing. So football, you win, you lost. That's normal, but it's always the way. It's 4-1, so it's quite a shame. So it's very, it's mindset again. Is a Premier League club, so Premier League clubs are very professional. They play the game, so we need change. We need to have this culture as Premier League club because it's just football. So you just need to play and have the spirit. We're a bit better to Newcastle, but tonight they got the spirit, so they went for 1.
Is tonight, would you say, on Enrique for tactically how he set up, or is it on the players for not being able to deliver?
He is a player, because his players are kind of traumatized by, I would say, by
the
history. So it will take time. So we can't blame the coach. He's not going to be fair. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's time to learn. Before we lost the game badly, but we don't learn. Mm-hmm. Maybe this game it will start to have a process to learn about where we can improve.
Yeah,
because we've got a quite fair.
And the fact that it's happening in the group stage of the Champions League is you still have time to kind of recover from it. But what's the most disappointing thing for you tonight?
Is same old story, same old mistake you can avoid. That thing is a concentration. Is Champions League, so any mistake counts. So you need to be aware and focus. In less mistake you make, more chance you get to win.
Yeah, I fully understand. Yeah. What do you boys make of tonight?
I think it was the manager's fault, if I'm honest. I think that he didn't respect Newcastle going to this ground. He thought, I'm going to put on a load of attacking players. They're going to overwhelm this back line. They're not going to be able to deal with Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele and all these players. But because of that, they've lost the game, genuinely. I think that's what it was. They should have had more stability in midfield, which they didn't have. Bruno Gomes was doing whatever he wanted in the middle of the field. He had loads of time to do it, and they were making loads of mistakes at the back because of it. They were getting pressured, and I think Eddie Howe did everything exceptionally. He ebbed and flowed the game. He had his triggers for his pressure. I think he done exactly what he's supposed to. He doubled up on the men. It's quite a risky tactic to double up on men because it leaves space otherwise, but he trusted his players that on today with this atmosphere they were going to get the ball and get the job done, and he did, lad. So I think Eddie Howe just tactically outdone Enrique, because you don't do that with them players. PSG are the much better side. They should win, and if the tactics are right, they win that game. But they don't, because they're not. So that's the way I see it.
Yeah. How did you see it, Laurie, tonight?
Yeah, pretty much the same as what Hugo and Doyle have said. First and foremost, Eddie Howe's totally outclassed Luis Enrique from a tactical point of view. If you look at the way they kept Mbappe quiet, look at the pressing, the countering, everything's spot on. Got to say, PSG, very disappointing. They've got some very talented players, but all the demons that we've been seeing over the years came home to roost tonight again. They just look so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And what's disappointing about a team like this is as soon as they go a goal down, you don't look at them and think they're going to fight their way back into it. They seem to have, dare I say it, a yellow streak in them, man. I've got to say that. You know what I mean?
Credit to Newcastle. Their fans walking away very happy with this. First home game in 20 years. Last week, the big result against AC Milan, I think, away from home, considering the performance as well, you would have took that. And then coming into this, I think a lot of people kind of favoured PSG, but
everyone did.
They've proven a point tonight, in all honesty. Do not sleep on Newcastle. And even in the Premier League, they've had their little blips and moments, but they've come back strong as well. So, listen, if there's one thing about this team is they have a lot of character. And I think Eddie Howe is doing a fantastic job, and you just have to give him as much credit as you can for what he's building there at the moment.
It's a big result for Eddie Howe.
Oh, massive. And you can imagine, look, the stadium is still packed after the 90th minute. Yeah. No one's trying to go home today, do you know what I mean? So, listen, guys, that will be the end of tonight as well. We are nearly up to 500 likes as well. If you can smash the like button on your way out, we would very much appreciate that. But, guys, Ugor, Laurie, Doyle, appreciate you guys joining me tonight as well. Appreciate you making your debut. No, it might not be in a win, but hopefully we'll get you back for another one, and then we'll see how that one goes as well. But appreciate you all joining me. It's been a good one. Seen plenty of goals today as well. Big surprise, Newcastle dominating at St. James's Park. We appreciate you all joining us tonight. Make sure you like on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. We should be having plenty more content coming your way. FCM, Saturday Football Show, weekends watch along. Make sure you're subscribed for that as well. So, till then, take care, guys.